What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live play-by-play reaction, Week 18 between the Chiefs and the Raiders. It is the last game of the 2025 season for the Kansas City Chiefs, which is bittersweet, unfortunate. We already knew that they were eliminated from the playoffs for a few weeks now, but I am glad and grateful to be able to do this. I'm going to make the most of it, try to have as good of a time as we possibly can, and yeah, just see if we can have a good, fun game. I don't really know what to expect of it, from it. I think the Chiefs probably win this game. The Raiders aren't a very good team right now, and Geno Smith is out. Brock Bowers is on IR, and then so is Max Crosby. If you look at the Raiders inactives real quick, I do want to go over that real quick. The only ones to really pay attention to me are going to be Geno and then Raheem Mostert. So you're going to see more work from, obviously, the primary back, Ashton Genty, and then maybe a little bit from Zamir White. They've got another guy, number 23, on there. We'll see if he plays a lot or not. And then for the Chiefs, their inactives is going to be interesting because Worthy out. Pacheco, Trey Smith, George Karlaftis, and Mike Pennell. You're going to have some really young guys playing in this game. Travis Kelce is active. Chris Jones is active. But with Pacheco out, guys, that does mean Dameon Pierce is active. Will he play much? No idea. I would think you give him a shot, so I am excited about that for a young guy. But with Worthy out, you've got Rice, Thornton, Nico Remigio, all on injured reserve, and Worthy out. So let's see some Jalen Royals. Can we see some Jalen Royals? I think we do. Because you've got Hollywood Brown, Royals, and Juju Smith-Schuster. Those are probably your three top guys. So, heck yeah. If we've been wanting to see young guys like I have, if you guys have been pounding the table wanting to see some of the young guys play in this game, I do think there is a chance that we see some decent snaps, hopefully from Jalen Royals, maybe from Dameon Pierce. Will they also hand the ball off to Rashard Smith a little bit? We'll see. But Pacheco's out, so you'll get more Pierce and Rashard Smith for sure. Royals, he could be playing more than last game, which was 5 snaps. So I bet you he plays more than that. Kelce, again, is active. Noah Gray. I think with Jalen Moore is active. So we will see if that means for the right tackle, it's going to be Jalen Moore or Jason Chu-Godric. If Jalen Moore is active and actually playing, like if the knee's not bothering him, then Jason Godric will be the backup guy. Now, if Jalen Moore is active in case of emergency kind of a situation, then Jason Godric will get the go, and Jalen Moore would be the next man up with Esa Pole on the left side. And then with Trey Smith out, it's Mike Caliendo in at right guard. It'll be interesting to see the D-line because with George Karlaftis out and Mike Pennell, I clicked the wrong tab. You guys want to see my stream? Hello. With those guys out, you're going to see Jerry Tillery, Zach Pickens. Like, Tillery was questionable, I think, with a personal issue on Friday, but he's not inactive, so he's playing, right? Yeah, Tillery's playing. So you get Tillery, you got some Zach Pickens, Ethan Downs. He's number 40 out there, so watch for the number 40, the white guy, Ethan Downs, on the D-line. Now that George Karlaftis is out, we've got Ethan Downs holding it down over there for the Pasty Brethren. What else do we got going on? Mike Dana will be playing. You'll see plenty from Ashton Gelati. But yeah, that's my question. Minihue's playing too. But with Karlaftis out, who gets the workload here? Ashton Gelati will get quite a bit. I'm sure Dana will. Notty's going to be playing, and Chris Jones. Everything else, I mean, you'll probably see some Tranquil, but I know a lot of people want to see some Bassa. That's what I would like to see, because you can move on from Tranquil in the offseason and save $6 million. Will they do that? I don't know, but Jeffrey Bassa is also a converted linebacker. So there are some options here. The secondary, you'll probably see a lot of Noel Williams, Christian Fulton, for sure, because you have Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie on IR. Who else do you see out of that? I don't know. But that's kind of the gist of it. I'm sure we'll see plenty of Chamari Connor. We'll see if Jaden Hicks sees more snaps, because I think you should. I think he should see as many as you could realistically get him involved in this game. So that's kind of where we're at. The Raiders and Chiefs play in about 20 minutes or so. And FLDB is dealing with the migraine, so he's not going to be on camera, but he is here. But he's been following... We'll hear from him every now and again, but he's been following some of these games and the draft picks and the order and how it's kind of looking for the Chiefs. Is there any update on that worth mentioning? FLDB, you are unmuted on my end if you want to jump in.
Hey, everyone. Yeah. So the Raiders with the Giants just winning the game against the Cowboys, the Raiders now have the number 1 overall pick.
Win or lose in this game against the Chiefs?
Yep. Win or lose. Okay. So they have the number 1 pick. And then the Browns beat the Bengals, and the Falcons look like they're going to be beating the Saints. So we should get a top 10 pick based on that. And yeah, I was going to say the scoreboard's a little off center again. Might have
it's still doing it. Why?
Not sure.
Me neither. I will. I'll try. I could try like repasting it and getting back in, because it's still doing it.
If you make it not max resolution and then just drag it to the full.
Oh yeah, I could try. Technical difficulties. I didn't notice that before. I don't know why that is. That's all right. We'll figure it out. There it is.
There it goes. Yeah,
bam.
Now it's good.
Got it fixed. Let's go. Okay,
yes,
so win or lose, you said because the Giants lost, the Raiders already get the number 1 overall pick no matter what.
Because the Giants won. They beat the Cowboys.
Because the Giants won, sorry. The Giants beat the Cowboys. Okay.
Yep.
Now, what about these games? Kent Swanson said if the Bengals and Falcons win, the Chiefs receive a top 10 pick regardless of the outcome of their game today. How are those games?
Well, the Bengals lost, so that puts them about the same record as if we were to lose as well. The
Bengals, I just saw the Bengals lost 18-20, and the Browns had 2 defensive touchdowns, which is pretty. I think they had like a scoop and score and a pick 6 like pretty early on. I was watching Red Zone and kind of hearing it. If the Falcons win. Well, the Falcons are winning right now with a minute to go in the game. That Saints and Falcons game, by the way, determines the winner of the division between the Panthers and the Bucks, which is pretty crazy. One of those teams are getting in with a losing record. They're getting into the playoffs at 8-9. It's just crazy. What a crazy division. I'm trying to see if there's anything else worth noting. I don't think so. I already kind of went over the inactives. That's kind of where we're at with the draft picks. I'm really still sharing my screen, though. Let me.
Falcons just won, by the way. So
Falcons just won? Okay.
Panthers are getting in. Bucks are out.
Holy smokes. I have a few super chats to get to real quick here. I can't. You would think after doing this all season long, I wouldn't be rusty at all, but I guess I am. Let's see. We've got TOH optimized, rather, with the membership. Appreciate you. Dara with the membership. Caro, hopefully I don't know which one is right, but one of those has to be. Thank you guys all for the memberships. And we have Casey with the 100 bomb. The 100 bomb super chat. Dude, thank you, first of all. Second, he said, if it's not a big deal, or it's not a big deal if we win for draft spot, 1 pick will be a QB. So if we pick at 10, essentially it's at 9th, and a left tackle will be 1 pick. So then we essentially are picking 8th, or just subtract 2 spots from where we pick. So all in on pounding the Raiders. Let's freaking go. You already said earlier this week, any day the Chiefs can beat the Raiders is an absolutely glorious, fantastic day. I am not rooting for the Chiefs to lose this game. I think they're going to win. So obviously I'm going to cheer them on. Win or lose, good season or bad season, just like many of us have been doing for a long time. But heck yeah, Casey, it's true. Obviously, you want the best draft pick possible because let's say the Chiefs have a defensive end that they really want at 11. They're at 11, but that person gets picked at 10 overall. Like, every spot does matter to some extent, but yeah, they're not going to try to lose this game. Nobody's trying to lose. The Raiders have really nothing to play for if they did indeed, like FLDB said, which I believe him, if they did indeed lock down the first overall pick, win or lose of this game, like, they got nothing. There's nothing for the Raiders to play for here other than pride, and they will play for that, okay? These teams don't want to just, on the last game of the year, while you're still trying to maybe get incentives or you're still putting your resume together if you're going to be a pending free agent. Like, these guys aren't just going to slough off and intentionally lose here. But Casey, thanks again for the 100 bomb, man. Marvel with the 16 months. Man, not ready for 8 months, no Chiefs, but we'll be tuning in here for my HBTC fix. Marvel, thanks so much, man. Yeah, we'll stream all the playoff games, or most of them, rather, and probably the conference championships and the Super Bowl. But yeah, this is going to be it for the Kansas City Chiefs. And until preseason. So until August, late August, or whatever it's going to be, mid-August of 2026. So yeah, it's going to be a very long 8 months of no Chiefs football when the last 3 years, their season is gone until mid-February. So their season is ending 6 weeks early. 6 weeks earlier than normal. Crazy, man. FLDB with a 39 months. The legend. I have a milestone too. Let's go. Thanks for the awesome season, everyone. Heck yeah. FLDB, thank you, man. Thanks for holding it down with the scoreboard all season long, and all your help with the Discord and all of that. And guys, I will just say, if you are a member, I know I'm behind on the December member stream. It got a little tough there at the end of the month with Christmas and New Year's, but we will definitely do the member stream at some point this week for December, and then we will do another one for sure in January, end of the month. We'll do the members only stream with the merch giveaway, signed merch giveaway here this week. And then we'll do it again at the end of the month. It'll be way easier in the off season because we're not streaming. Yeah, it's just going to be easier. So we'll stay caught up, and then I'll try to be better about making sure they get into the month that they're supposed to be. But yeah, with the holidays, and it happened with Thanksgiving too, it just got a little crazy. So thanks for your patience on that. But we will do 2 live streams in January to make up for the December one. And we'll get that going for sure here soon. Xavier with the 38 months. Let's go, GOAT. Thank you, man, for the 38 months. This is about to be a game. Let's go, Tank Bowl. Hoping to see some good stuff from Jalen Royals today. Yeah, Jalen Royals, Damian Pierce, Chris Oladokin obviously is going to be your QB. Shane Buechele is going to be backing him up. Who is the actual starter for the Raiders? I don't even know. You can tell I haven't been paying that much attention because this game means nothing. I think the Texans just, on a field goal with 12 seconds left, a 40-something yarder, knocked one through, and they're up over the Colts 32-30. Right now, the Texans are going to win. I'm curious what the seeding looks like for the playoffs because we had some games worth monitoring yesterday, too. There was a couple fun games. Looks like Kenny Pickett on the depth chart is QB2. It makes sense for him to play over AOC. Aiden O'Connell. Yo, what's up, Spare Time? We drafting 9th or 11th. 11th, let's lose and watch the kids. Yeah, they're not going to play to lose. I think the Chiefs probably win, but I would take number 9. I'll also take a Raiders L anytime, any day. Anytime, any day. You have Mitch on the radio? Nice, dude. Yo, GG HBTC with the 5 gifted bomb. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Mitch is the GOAT, dude. Mitch the GOAT. I'll throw 5 on it, too. Bam, here's 5 more. 5 more for the members only streams. Let's do it. I got 5 more. I'll do it again. Everybody gets one. Come on now. I have no idea what to do about like score prediction or anything like that. I have zero expectations. I did do today some underdog picks for this game, but just be wise here. Obviously, when it comes to doing anything sports betting related, just be wise anyway. But the only 3 that I really liked, Michael Mayer, 39.5 receiving yards. I hit his higher. I hit the lower on Ashton Genty's 5.5 receptions. feels like a lot for him to get 6. He hasn't really done that in a while. I don't even know how long that's been. And then Travis Kelce, I did go with the higher on 3.5 receptions. Those are the 3 that I went with, and I had a 50% profit boost to throw on there. 3.53x on the return. So if you're interested, there's the picks for this game. A lot of people say, hey, what are your picks? We want to tail. That's what I'm doing. But again, I don't know. I don't really know how it's going to go. If this is Travis Kelce's last game, I mean, we're all just going to be watching and rooting him on. But even if it's not, there's a couple milestones here. If he gets a couple receptions, he climbs up the all-time leaderboard. If he gets an X amount of yards, which I'll pull up the note because I did a video on it the other day. And he's got a couple interesting milestones that he could reach. But yeah, I felt good about Kelce, Genty, and Mayer. And any new signup that uses my code HBTC on Underdog can play 5 and get $75 in bonus credits, plus a gimme pick in the lobby. So shout out to Underdog for the 3rd year in a row, season-long partner of the channel. Those are the picks. Now, the milestones for Kelce. If he, let me see what they are. I got them right here. He's at 1,077 career receptions. If he gets 2 catches in this game, he'll pass Terrell Owens for 8th most receptions all time. Then he needs only 10 receiving yards to reach 13,000 career yards and would be the 23rd player in history to ever reach the milestone. From there, if he gets at least 57 receiving yards, okay, he would surpass Jason Witten for the 2nd most receiving yards ever amongst all tight ends. So that's kind of where the milestones are at for Travis Kelce. If he gets another touchdown, I think he would have 83, and it would tie him 27th all time. But the big ones are the 2 catches and the 57 yards. Again, if he gets 2 catches, 2 receptions in this game, he'll pass Terrell Owens for 8th most all time. And then if he gets at least 10 yards, 13,000. The Texans just scored a touchdown at the end of the game, but I did not see what happened at all. What the heck just happened? Fumble or pick? The Colts were probably trying like some lateral game at the end, but I didn't see what happened. I'm sure I'll see the replay. But yeah, then if Kelce gets 57 receiving yards, he would pass Jason Witten for the 2nd most receiving yards ever amongst all tight ends. Yeah, let's see. Riley Leonard throws a check down to Downs, who laterals it back. They're trying the lateral game. It's back to Leonard, and he fumbles. He tries to pitch it back, and it bounces up off the ground, and it's picked up by big ol' 7-2. And he houses it for a touchdown to end the game, which is hilarious. What a crazy way to end the game. What a crazy way to end the game. But that's kind of where we're at, everybody. Brand with the 39 months to win or not to win, that is the question. I can't in good faith cheer for us to lose, but if we do, I guess it's still a win for us in April. Win-win game. Yeah. Obviously, I would like to beat the Raiders, just end the season on a W there against this team. But yeah, if the Chiefs lose, it helps their draft picks a little bit. Maybe one or two. You're looking at between 9th and 11th is where you're kind of at. Let me see if there's any updates on this Chiefs game. I'm just on Twitter. A big milestone, too, guys, is Myles Garrett is the new sack record holder. Single season sack record. Did he get to Burrow? Who did he sack? Yeah, he sacked Burrow with 5 minutes left in the game. That's crazy. How many sacks does he have? Is it 23? I'm looking it up. Myles Garrett. What was it officially? 23 sacks. That's crazy. 23 sacks in a season. Happy for him. Man. Jennifer, thanks so much for the 5 gifted as well. We got Ron with the 33 months. Thank you so much, brother. And then we've got Joshua Meadows in the house with the 8 months. Appreciate that. Go Chiefs. Thanks to whoever gifted me a membership on a previous stream. Cole, who are you rooting for to win the Super Bowl this year? Nobody. I do not care. If the Chiefs aren't in it, everybody can tie. But obviously that's not going to happen. Who do I think has a legit chance? Man, Rams, Seahawks. The Seahawks just earned the first round bye in the first overall, or the first seed in the NFC. So that's good and helpful for them. And I think if the Broncos win today, no matter what else happens, they get the 1 seed, and the Chargers are resting a lot of their starters because they have no shot at the 1 seed after losing a couple weeks ago. Or maybe it was last week. I can't remember at all. It's all a little fuzzy. But yeah, I don't know. The AFC is harder for me to predict like who's going to make it to the Super Bowl because all these teams have flaws, but they all have strengths as well. It's kind of matchup dependent for me with the AFC teams. I mean, Josh Allen needs to get there. He's got really no excuse, right? Who gets in between the Ravens and the Steelers? Is that decided today? Are they playing each other today?
Whoever wins that game, they play each other.
They're playing. Well, yeah, win. Okay, tonight. Okay. Oh, dang, that's going to be a good game. So Sunday Night Football is the Ravens and Steelers. Whoever wins that game wins their division and gets into the playoffs. I think it's that straightforward, right? Yep. Win and in. Wow. And so the Ravens are 8-8 and the Steelers are 9-7. It's crazy to think that some of these divisions are just, you could sneak in with a 500 record or even right around it or below. The fact that the Bucs or the Panthers can get in with I think they both have a losing record, don't they? The Bucs for sure do.
The Bucs, Panthers, and Falcons all are 8-9, but the Panthers own the tiebreaker between all three of them. So
crazy. So wait, did we find out who was actually getting in between the Panthers and Bucs? Because the Falcons won?
Falcons won, Panthers are in.
Panthers are in over the Bucs. Wow. The Panthers are in. Insane. If the Saints beat the Falcons today, the Bucs advance. But the Falcons won, so the Panthers advanced. Wow. Crazy, guys. Crazed in the house. Randy, what up, man? Thank you for the 37-month Redbeard tier. Last game of the year. Let's end with a Raiders blowout. We'll take that. I mean, the Chiefs just won 31-0 earlier on in the season. It's not anywhere close to the same team. So the Chiefs have no Rice, no Thornton, no Mahomes. They had Minshew for like a drive, and he's out. No Leo Chanel, no McDuffie, no Jalen Watson. I'm trying to think who else. You have no Pacheco. You have no George Karlaftis. I have no idea who's winning this game. The Raiders don't have Geno Smith. Maybe that's a positive, okay? But they have no Brock Bowers. They have no Max Crosby. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, to say the least, how this game plays out. I don't have any expectations. We'll just put it that way. Can you beat that with the 50 bomb? Thanks for covering these games for me. Don't always get the games here on Long Island. Why can't I say Long Island? Long Island? Thank you so much for the 50 bomb. Let's go. Nah, heck yeah. Everybody in here that, whether you're in here just to watch before the game, during commercials, halftime, stuff like that, I appreciate you. You're out of network or don't want to watch the game. I've had some people recently say, hey, I cleaned out the garage or did this or that during these last few games, knowing that the Chiefs are out of the playoffs. So thanks for doing that. So that's cool. I appreciate that. Or if you're like, hey, I like to watch you during the games and mute the broadcasters, whatever the level is that you consume or hang out during the stream during these games, it means a lot to me. These turned into something way more than I ever thought they would be. I just tried it a few years ago for fun. And I was like, hey, calling the game was actually fun. I think if I practice harder and just get more reps under my belt, I think I could do a better job. And obviously I'm still learning and still growing, and I'm just a guy in my basement calling the game and having fun, but I do try my best here. And FLDB then has done the scoreboard and kind of done that all up as well. So yeah, we have a lot of fun with these. That it was never really the plan. I mean, you kind of just roll with the punches, right? I didn't know I was going to be able to do YouTube and make content for a living, quit the day job. That paid off. And then some of these other things that we've been able to do has been a whole lot of fun, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys. So heck of a season. It's been a down season for the Chiefs, but I'm still very grateful and having a blast being able to do this and talk some Chiefs and talk some football. Who doesn't want to talk if you love football, who doesn't want to talk Chiefs, talk football, and be able to do that? So I'm very grateful and very humbled that for everybody that kind of hangs out. We've got 2,000 in the stream right now, so thanks for everybody hanging out. The game will get started here in a few minutes. We're very close to it. Rye the guy with the 5 bomb. Let's go Chiefs practice squad. Beat the Raiders practice squad. Yeah, for me, it's like, can you see some promise out of the young guys? Damian Pierce, what's he going to look like? What about Brashard Smith, Jeffrey Bossa, Jalen Royals, Jaden Hicks seeing more snaps? Can Christian Fulton build on his good game from last week? If so, I think Christian Fulton's got to be in the plans for 2026, where a few weeks ago I wasn't so sure, because you could move on from him and I think save $5 million in the offseason if you needed to, because they signed him to the 2-year, $20 million deal, and he's been basically a healthy scratch all year. Well, the cornerback room will be an interesting thing to watch, because Jalen Watson is set to hit free agency. He just had a heartfelt post on Instagram within the past couple of days. Let me see if I can find it. Pete Carroll, by the way, might be one and done with Vegas. One and done. The Raiders hit and reset again, which is pretty crazy. A couple other things to note. Jason Brownlee and Jimmy Holiday were both elevated from the practice squad just because of all the wide receiver injuries going on. I was trying to find Jalen Watson's post. Here it is. He's on IR, so he's not playing today. But he did say, "Dear Chiefs Kingdom, if this is the last ride, I truly thank you all for the passion and support you've shown over the past few years. Best 4 years of his life from a 7th-round pick out of Augusta, Georgia. Felt welcome since the first day I walked into the building. Never in a million years would I have imagined being a 2-time Super Bowl champ. To playing in Arrowhead in front of the best fans in the world. Through the good years and the bad, you guys are always there. 100 degrees or -30. He wasn't even really being dramatic when he said -30 because of that playoff game against the Dolphins. To all my teammates that became brothers, thank you for showing us young bulls the way to come in and be a real pro. So many memories will be forever embedded, and I will cherish these moments forever. Thank you, Chiefs Kingdom." And that kind of goes for all these guys that could be playing their last game in a Chiefs uniform. Pacheco's inactive. He's probably done with the Chiefs. So it's a bittersweet time for a lot of these guys. We'll see about Kelsey if he comes back next year. I really feel like Kelsey's playing at a high enough level that he can, if he wants to, and the Chiefs will work something out with him, which I don't see why they wouldn't. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting game, and we're getting started. We're just a few minutes away. Here. Kelly with the 35 months. Can't believe it's the last Chiefs game of the season, but it's been an absolute pleasure watching you, Cole, and sharing these times with the HBTC family. Love you all. Thank you, Kelly, with the 35-month Redbeard tier. 1 month off of 3 years. Insane. Appreciate you. Britt with the 39 months in the house. Field level for this game. So cool. Really? Ooh, Britt's at the game. Let's go. Heck yeah. Michael with the gifted. Thank you. Will with the 10 gifted. Okay, you guys are going insane. And we got Michael with the membership renewal as well, saying, how about those Chiefs? This game is getting ready to start, by the way. Corey with the 26 months. Am I the only one that doesn't want this to be Kelsey's last game? I've watched him his whole career, and I can't imagine him not being there next year. No, I think a lot of people want Kelsey to return if they can make it happen. The Raiders are about to kick off, so I'm going to turn on the scoreboard, and we're going to get this thing going. Mars Bar with the 20 bomb. Thank you so much. Hey, Cole, it's -47 here. The stream is frozen? Oh, the Steam is frozen. Steam is frozen? That's crazy. Where are you? All right, the kick is out of the back of the end zone. Touchback, Chiefs ball. I do want to see... The Chiefs have the 10th pick in the NFL draft entering the late afternoon kickoffs. Could be as high as 8th with a loss, as low as 11th with a win, I believe. Who won the toss? Because I really don't know. Either way, the Chiefs lost the toss. They will begin the game with the ball. So we knew that they were beginning the game with the ball. It's just curious. So it seems like the Raiders deferred. All right, out of the shotgun. Chris Oladokin is going to hand that ball off to Brashard Smith. Hey, dude, Brashard Smith just got a handoff in between the tackles, ladies and gentlemen. That is the first time I think that's happened since the last Raiders game when it was garbage time. So there you go, Brashard Smith getting a carry, and it went for a few yards. 2nd and 6. You got Chris O under center. It's a pitch to Brashard Smith, left side, and he's going to try to plow his way through for maybe 3. Somebody was just saying in the comments the other day, why don't we see more pitches to Brashard Smith rather than like an outside screen or quick pass? Well, there was a pitch. There was a pitch. Let me pull up this play-by-play on ESPN. All right, 3rd and 4 at the 41. Chris Oladokun from the gun has trips to his right, looks right, scrambles right, trying to find somebody, but he's going to be obliterated for a loss of at least 7. Snowden off the edge comes barreling down, and Chris Oladokun should have probably thrown it away, but he didn't actually see it because he was looking further down the field to his left. Meanwhile, 49 was kind of barreling down before Chris O was ready to react to that. And it is 4th and 13. Chiefs are punting. Matt Ariza booms it. It's going to be caught at the 27. And taken around to the right side, makes a couple guys miss, and down to the 42. A favorable return there. Who was that? Was that Bachman, I think? I think it was 81. I think that was Alex Bachman, because Trey Tucker is slated to be the starting returner, but I think that was Bachman with the return. It looked pretty good. Pretty good return there. Marie, thank you for the gifted. Holy smokes, a lot of people are going crazy. Casey Medic with a 50 bomb. I'm going to have to catch up on commercial break. All right, we got Kenny Pickett filling in for the injured Geno Smith, who might be gone with the Raiders from the Raiders in the offseason as well. We'll see. They signed him to a multi-year deal after trading for him. It's going to be a handoff on 1st down. Gain of maybe 2 by the 1st-round pick, Ashton Genty. Medic with a 50. Holy smokes. Hey, Cole, fantastic coverage this year. Can't wait for next year. With all the injuries and dud games at the end of the year, do you think the NFL will drop back to 16 games instead of 18? I'm sure viewership is down because of all the garbage games. I don't think they'll never drop a game, I don't think. I think they're going to 18 whether we like it or not. One less preseason game, maybe adding a second bye week is going to be my guess because it's all about money at the end of the day. And speaking of money, Chamari Connor comes down with the interception right on the money with his mitts, picking off Kenny Pickett on the 2nd play of the game. The 2nd play of the Raiders' drive, their opening drive. Pickett tried to target Besh on a little out route, left side, and Chamari Connor read his eyes, jumped it, and picked off Kenny Pickett. It's Chiefs ball just like that. Happy for Connor. Obviously, he's had a rough season. He is better than like the average Chiefs fan thinks he is at safety. He's like fine at safety. He is not a slot corner, and so people hate him at times because of Spags. We dislike Chamari Connor more than we need to because of Spags or Dave Merritt, whoever it is that keeps putting this guy in the slot. He's not a slot corner. He's a fine safety, and that was a nice little play by him there. Casey Medic with the 50. Thank you, man. Yeah, I think the NFL is going to 18 games. I know the injury stuff is a concern. I'm sure they'll share some data as to why adding a game is not going to be more problematic. They'll somehow come up with a reason. I think if you add an 18th game, you have to add a second bye week, and you push the Super Bowl back a week. So the NFL season just gets extended You're not going to cram 18 games into the same amount of time. If you do that, you need one less preseason game, 2 bye weeks. But do I like the idea? No. I don't know that they needed a 17th game. I was fine with it at 16. When they added a 17th, I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Another game. But there's been so many meaningless Week 18 games. Think about the Chiefs for the last couple of years. They've been resting starters because they already have the 1 seed locked up. Toma with the 2. Phillip Rivers could outrun Chris with a handicap. I don't even know what that means. Could outrun Chris Oladokun? Bro, Chris Oladokun is fast. Phillip Rivers is, he's like Tom Brady trying to run in quicksand. That's how slow Phillip Rivers is. I know you're just trolling. Mike Gerber with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much, man. Let's go. You're at the game now. Mitchell is at the game now with the 2. Come on, man. I hope you enjoy the game there. We've got Rachel with the 34 months as well. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Let's go win this final game of the season. Yeah, I hope so. That top 10 draft pick does sound nice, though. Facts. Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. Rev with the 2 bomb said, Pickett. Dude, Pickett. He picked it off of Pickett. Nice. Let's go. Heck yeah. Chiefs ball now. At the 46-yard line, just across midfield, Oladokun out of the gun. Check down, right side, bobbled and dropped by Brashard Smith, incomplete. And I think Brashard Smith had some room to run. But here's the thing. If Brashard Smith is going to be in the plans for 2026, at least 2026, which I don't know why he wouldn't be, as the only running back on the roster currently under contract, feed the man. Give him as many reps as humanly possible, and let's build on that for 2026. Yeah. So you're going to see some growing pains because of that, but you've got Chris O back in the gun, 3 options to his left, including Kelsey. It's a handoff to Brashard Smith, up the middle, shakes off a tackle, spinning around and down after a gain of about 5. You're looking at 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5, depending on the spot. 11 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter. If you're just tuning in, what happened? The Chiefs punted pretty quick in this game, but then on the second play of the Raiders' opening drive, Chamari Connor picked off Kenny Pickett. So it's Chiefs ball again, 3rd and 6 here. All right, 3rd and 6. You've got Chris O in the gun. 2 out wide to the left, one of them Juju, but he's going to step up into the pocket, scrambles, rolls left, fires up a duck into the air, and it's caught by Juju Smith-Schuster for a gain of about 10. There is a flag on the play, though. The way Juju's reacting makes it seem like it's on the Chiefs, but let's see. That was a crazy play. See what the call is, and then we'll go from there. An ineligible man downfield? Ineligible man downfield on a pass play? How? Chris Oladokun steps up into the pocket, starts to look like he's going to scramble, but then he rolls back out to his left and just lofts one up into the awaiting arms of Juju Smith-Schuster on an awesome scramble drill. But Jason Godric was ineligible downfield, flagged for it. 3rd and 11 now after that penalty. Chris O steps back to throw. He's got time. He's going to uncork it. Deep downfield, double coverage, almost picked off. Incomplete. Marquise Hollywood Brown was the intended target. I don't really like throwing up a double-covered jump ball to the 5'9" Hollywood Brown. I think you need to throw that sooner. It was also a bit underthrown. Incomplete, 4th and 11 here for the Chiefs. All right, let's see. I got some super chats I'll catch up here in a second, but Matt Ariza with his second punt. Oh, it's bobbled at the 5, but scooped up by Bachman. And so it's going to be Raiders ball at about the 4. That was actually a great punt by Matt Ariza. Perfect placement. Bachman tried to just corral it awkwardly. Lucky that didn't get recovered by whoever was behind him. Was that Kevin Knowles, 38? Was kind of ready and waiting for it. Crazy. All right, let me pull up the play-by-play here. Chiefs Raiders box score. That's what I want. All right. All right, Patty with the 20 bomb. Going to be a long offseason. Yeah, a month and a half approximately longer than usual, just because the Chiefs have made it to 3 Super Bowls in a row and have typically been playing till mid-February. The last 3 years have been insane because the Chiefs would play the Super Bowl, win or lose, and then like 2 weeks later, it was free agency. Or 2 to 3 weeks later, whenever free agency frenzy started, it was like a 2-week gap. You then had free agency and then the draft. Insane. HSM Fangirl Gaming with the membership. Thanks, Cole. No channel here in Canada appears to be showing this game. 4 matchups, none of them being Chiefs Raiders. I'm disappointed in that. Well, thanks for being here. That is unfortunate indeed. But appreciate you being here. And yeah, probably the only way to get it would be NFL Sunday Ticket. I wonder what it would be for 1 week of Sunday Ticket on the last week.
$5 right now. If you have YouTube TV, it's $5 for
it's $5
Sunday Ticket. Yeah.
Okay, if you have YouTube TV, pay $5 for it. That's worth it. Percy with the 100 ARS. Thank you, man. Just found out the Raiders haven't beaten the Chiefs since Allegiant Stadium opened or something like that. Chiefs got a win to keep the habit alive. I don't know the exact record, but I do know that the Chiefs are 6-0 at Allegiant Stadium against the Raiders, I believe. Now, here's a stat. If the Chiefs win today, Andy Reid has the most wins among any head coach at Allegiant Stadium, playoffs included, because the Chiefs also won a Super Bowl there. The Chiefs won a Super Bowl at Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders Stadium, before they even could host a playoff game there. The Raiders freaking hate the Chiefs, man. I don't even blame them. But yeah, I think it's 2 previous coaches, Antonio Pierce and who was before that? McDaniel.
Gruden.
No. The OC of the Patriots.
Mike McDaniel.
The OC. Yeah, Josh McDaniel or whatever. We're back from commercial break. First down was a quick handoff to Genty for a yard, by the way. But if the Chiefs win today, Andy Reid beats both of those guys. 7 wins. Most wins at Allegiant Stadium among all head coaches, including former Raiders coaches, which is crazy. Yeah, it's Josh, because Mike is with the Dolphins, obviously. Yeah, Josh McDaniels, OC of the Patriots, back again, and they're playing really good football right now. 2nd and 9. It's going to be a quick pass to Genty, right side, ankle wrapped though by Noel Williams after a gain of about 3, maybe 4. It's 3rd down and about 5 or 6 for the Raiders here, deep in their own territory. They're still inside their own 10. Let's see what happens on 3rd and 6. Yeah, Percy, thanks for the 100 ARS. And I got some more super chats I'll get to here soon. But it's 3rd and 6 for the Raiders at the 8. Kenny Pickett in the gun. Lockett was in motion. Left side, he's got 3 options, but Chris Jones is going to sack him. He gets out of the end zone barely. Ooh, I thought it was going to be a safety, but it's 4th down. At right near the 1 or the 2. What a play by the CEO of Sack Nation. He was double teamed and ended up just wanting it more. Good coverage. Kenny Pickett held onto the football a little too long, and Chris Jones tackled him, started to tackle Pickett in the end zone, but he was able to run barely out of it. It's 4th and 12, and if I'm Tobe, I don't even have a returner back there, and I'm trying to block this punt. They're not doing that. They're playing for coverage, actually. Let's see. Brashard Smith catches that football and steps out of bounds at the 47, a few yards shy of midfield. 0-0, about halfway, close to halfway through the first quarter here. Saint Tommy with the 10 bomb. Thank you, brother. It gives me such joy to see the Chiefs playing in a tank bowl to start 2026. For the joy you give me, and I better enjoy this total failure. You have my appreciation and a little bit of my money. I don't know who your team is, but yeah, the Chiefs are definitely playing in a tank bowl in 2026, or to end the 2025 NFL season, which just is what it is. We've known the season's been over for a few weeks now since Mahomes got injured at the end of the Chargers game. So I don't know who your team is, man, but enjoy it. Enjoy it. I'm sure every team is enjoying this. Any team that's been dominating the league, you just take pleasure. Like anytime the Patriots would lose and not do well, I would be like, yeah, woo! Because we got so sick of Tom Brady and the Patriots, so I don't blame you. East with the 2-bomb. Go KC Chiefs from Kansas. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you for the 2. Papa HBTC in the house with the $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. We got Frog with the 28 months. No offense. No, we're not going to see much offense all game. It's going to be disgusting. It's going to be some disgusting football. Are you going to stream any playoff games? Yeah, most of them, Coley. I'll stream as many as I'm able to. You rooted for the Pats. Excellence is fun to watch. Well, as a Chiefs fan and them being in my conference, I did not root for the Patriots. I did respect and appreciate how good they were, though. You have to. When a team is that good and that consistent year in and year out, and they had like 2 like really solid mini runs. It was a pretty long dynastic run for sure, but it was like a long, very successful 5 to 7 year stretch, and then they did it again at the end of Tom Brady's career before he went to the Bucs. But yeah, you can hate teams, but also respect them. For example, I hate the Raiders, but I respect Max Crosby and Brock Bowers. You know, you could probably go down the list. I don't really like the Broncos, but I have a lot of respect for Bo Nix. I've listened to a bunch of his pressers. He just seems like a genuine dude. But like PS2 is one of the best, if not the best, cornerback in the NFL. I actually like Justin Herbert quite a bit. He's just down-to-earth dude, a baller. He's my QB6 entering the 2025 NFL season. The AFC West is not getting any easier. I'll tell you that much. The Raiders aren't doing much. We'll see what they do this offseason as Chris Oladokun, back from commercial break, play action, steps back. He's going to check it down to Brashard Smith, and he drops another pass. 2 drops from Brashard Smith on checkdowns very early on in this game. Man, he's got to... It's the fundamentals here. You get nervous because you're getting a lot more playing time and you know you're going to get more of a workload, but you've got to do the basics here, man. You've got to catch the ball, secure the catch, and then turn upfield. He's trying to do a little too much before he handles the football properly. Frog, thanks again for the 28 months, and Doug with the membership as well. Let's go, man. Yep, Max Crosby as a Raider, I got a lot of respect for him, but he's not playing in this game. Play action, roll out right, fires right, caught by Juju for about 5 yards on 2nd and 10. You're looking at about a 3rd and 5 here. There you go. Quick pass to Juju. Sets up a 3rd and semi-manageable here. Let's see if they can do something with it. It hasn't been... Like Chris Oladokun right now is 1 for 4 for 7 yards. Now, the one on a scramble drill to Juju was awesome, and it got called back due to an illegal or an ineligible man downfield. Which, hey, Jalen Moore is active, by the way, but Jason Godric is right tackle, and I think it's Esa Pole on the left side, I believe. Out of the gun, it's a handoff to Brashard Smith, breaks a tackle, cuts, breaks another tackle, all the way to the 37-yard line. Needed 3 and got way more than that. A nice 9-yard run by Brashard Smith. That was awesome. They've been afraid to run Brashard Smith through the tackles because why? I don't get it. Broke a tackle, fought through contact, gets 9 yards on 3rd and 3. 1st and 10. Don't like the Bills, but respect Allen and Cook. Yeah, sure. You can kind of go down the list. The Bengals, like Jamar Chase is a dog. It's going to be a handoff to Brashard Smith outside, and he's got 10, 11 or so yards before he's shoved out of bounds. He is quick. I mean, this has been fun. This has been a lot of fun so far. I don't know why they haven't use Brashard Smith more like this? It makes no sense, man. Brashard Smith in the backfield. Chris O from under center is going to hand it off to him again. Left side, tries to cut inside, gets about 3 yards here. I don't get the Brashard Smith thing. Been terrified to run in between the tackles all season long. He looks fine out there. All right, 2nd and 8 at the 22. Chris Oladokun steps back to throw. Deep shot, incomplete. Was actually targeting Jalen Royals. Jalen Royals alert. Wow, okay. It was not even close to Jalen Royals, by the way. It was overthrown, but still. Yeah, Mike, thanks again for the 2-bomb. Yeah, I could go team by team and give you players I respect, even if it's a team that maybe most Chiefs fans, even including myself, aren't a huge fan of per se. But I just respect good football players no matter the team that they're on. 3rd and 8. Chris Oladokun in the gun, trips to his right. 2 seconds on the play clock. It might be a free play. Check down to Kareem Hunt on a rollout right is only going to get 4. It looked like somebody on the Raiders jumped early, but there's no flag, and it looks like in the ref's eyes they didn't get in the neutral zone. So it's 4th and 4, but they're in field goal range, so this is going to be, I guess, Harrison Butker up. I don't know why you would go for it on 4th and 4. Yeah, Harrison Butker's lining up on the right hash here. All right. Harrison Butker from the right hash. 36 yards is basically right down the middle. Good. 3-0. Somebody said Chris Oladokun might be the worst backup in the NFL. Brother, he is a QB3 that was on the practice squad like 2 weeks ago. I don't know what you guys are expecting out of Chris Oladokun making his 2nd ever career start. But I have 0 expectations here. I don't think Travis Kelce has been targeted yet. We need to get this guy a couple of catches. All right. What do we got going on? Donkey's pick 6. Did that happen? Let me look up NFL Week 18 scores. I mean, the Chargers are playing a bunch of backups, so I wouldn't even be surprised. Yeah, the Chargers are up on the trailing, rather. The Chargers are trailing the Broncos by 10. It's 10-0 Broncos. The Lions are beating the Bears right now so far, 3-0. Patriots are up on the Dolphins, 14-0. Cardinals and Rams are tied at 3-all. The Jets and Bills are playing right now, and the Bills are up 7-0 with the football. We'll kind of check in on those from time to time here. Where's Pierce? Well, he's active, but it looks to me like the plan is to give Brashard Smith a full workload, and Dameon Pierce rather is kind of up as a relief guy. You're having Kareem Hunt go out on key 3rd downs, and Brashard Smith is doing everything else. I don't know why they haven't done this earlier on in the year. The coaching staff is frustrating, man, because it was such a tell when Brashard Smith was out there during the season. If he was out there in the backfield, it was going to be either a toss to the side he was on or a quick pass to the side he was on if he was going to get involved. They basically never ran him in between the tackles aside from the Raiders game when it was 31-0. It was garbage time, and Andy Reid essentially told Matt Nagy he could call the plays, but he can't call a pass. Because remember, Gardner Minshew was in, and they didn't call a single passing play. So it was all runs. But I don't know why you were so scared to run Brashard Smith between the tackles. And I understand it's against the Raiders, but he doesn't look lost. He doesn't, like, you could have done this throughout the season is what I'm saying. He didn't have to be the primary back. But you could have ran him in between the tackles in some of these other games. Why not go for it? I don't know. It was 4th and 4. I thought the field goal was probably the right thing to do. Thoughts on Panthers making the playoffs over Tampa? What's up, K. Wright? Thanks for the 2-bomb, brother. That division is weird. I'll talk about it in a second because the Raiders just fielded the kickoff, weaving their way up to the 31. A lot of shoving after the whistle. No flags. Zamir White with the return. Yeah, that division's weird, man. The Panthers are very up and down. Yeah, they just showed the pick 6 on the replay. It was out of the hands of Trey Lance's intended target and taken to the house there. Taken to the house. My kids will randomly be like, Cole, that's not a word. Dad, that's not a word. If I say something proper, but they still say like tooked. I'm like, yes, it is a word. I promise. Kenny Pickett, play action, deep throw down the left side, and a lot of contact. Christian Fulton knocks it away. Thornton Jr. was the intended target. I'm actually a little surprised that wasn't a flag. Just a lot of, I've seen the replay. Fine with the no call. Because Fulton late gets his head around, even though there was some hand fighting. Actually, upon replay, definitely fine with the no call there. Raiders at the 31. Pickett in the gun. Genty to his right. On 2nd and 10 is going to hand it off to Genty up the gut. And he explodes forward for 6-7 yards, somewhere right around there. Yeah, man, what a weird division. The Panthers winning. I don't really have any big thoughts per se, but I like Bryce Young, and we'll see what ends up happening. I don't know that the Bucs or the Panthers are going to get very far. Hurry up. Pickett in the gun, empty, tries to roll right, and he evades 2 Chiefs, cuts inside, evades another, and gets almost to the 50-yard line. Kenny Pickett looking like the pasty Lamar Jackson out there running around making everybody miss. And he tried to run outside and had to cut inside, made 2 guys miss, made Noel Williams miss. Jerry Tillery was lined up on the edge. 1st and 10 with 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first quarter, creeping up to midfield here. Kenny Pickett under center. Got Trey Tucker dancing around in motion. Play action, but a blitz obliterated. Noel Williams with the sack, and he leveled, bulldozed, annihilated Kenny Pickett, coming free off the CB blitz. Pickett is looking left, never sees him. He was barreling down right, so from Pickett's right, but Pickett's looking left, and he got walloped. He's going to feel that in the morning and remember that number, said Madden 99 on my PS2 or PS1. 2nd and 18, Kenny Pickett is going to throw a quick pass that is almost picked off by Christian Fulton. Mayer was the intended target. Wow, Fulton almost picked that one off. Kenny Pickett is looking a little rough, but he's also probably feeling that hit from Noel Williams there. Choose love with the 5. I'm happy to hear you're streaming playoff games. Yeah, heck yeah. I will be hate watching the Broncos and the Eagles. Let's go. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, we'll be streaming a lot of the playoff games for sure. Why not? We've done it every other year. Even if it's not a Chiefs game, we've streamed playoff games. 3rd and 18 at the 39. It's going to be a handoff to Genty, and he's going to go up the middle for only 5. So another drive, another lack of an offensive showing, another punt is going to be the result here. And I'm talking really about both teams. But this is kind of to be expected. Obviously, the Chiefs just got a field goal. I know that. But the drives have been 3 plays, -4 yards, punt, 2 plays, interception, 3 plays, -1 yard, punt, 3 plays, -2 yards, punt. The Chiefs finally got a little momentum. 8 plays, 36 yards, field goal. And the Raiders are punting again here. Clean punt, fielded by Brashard Smith at the 9, and he screams up the right sideline up to the 20. Blasted out of bounds. Chiefs ball around the 20-yard line with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter here. Destiny, thanks so much for the 14 months. Are you going to live stream any games in the playoffs? Yeah, as many as I can. I don't know if we'll double dip like Wild Card Weekend. I don't know that I'm going to stream 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and if they do one on Monday again. But we will definitely, if we had to choose, we'll do the AFC games. We'll do the AFC games for sure. And then the divisional round, we'll see how many I do there. But I'll definitely do a couple conference championships, at least the AFC championship, and then the Super Bowl. 19EHF with the 5. Trust me, we have no expectations. We're just happy to be there. Is that Panthers fan, maybe? Oh. Unsportsmanlike conduct, Kansas City's bench? What happened? Half the distance to the goal, unsportsmanlike conduct on Kansas City's bench. I'm assuming they were in the way of the referee, would be my guess, but I don't know what exactly happened. Yeah, I don't know if 19EHF, what fan you are of team-wise, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I think a lot of us Chiefs fans would just be happy if our team made it to the playoffs this year. Obviously, they've made it every year since 2014, and it's spoiled fan talk, right, because of all the Super Bowl appearances and the rings. But yeah, I think if the Chiefs were still fighting for their playoff hopes and Mahomes was healthy, I don't know how much expectations I would have of a deep playoff run this year based on how the team has been, but I would prefer them to be in the playoffs. Yeah, the Bucks are out of the playoffs. The Panthers got in. You're a Panthers fan? Heck yeah, man. I mean, I don't dislike the Panthers. I have no issues with them. I like T-Mac, which I don't think he likes to go by, but I like Bryce Young. He's a bit of an up and down guy, but shoot. Who else do they got? They got Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard. It's been a weird season for the Panthers because for a long time, like half the season, back half, it went win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. But they did enough to beat the Bucks and get into the playoffs. Every team just hopes to make it to the dance. And then it's single round elimination. Anything can happen once you get into the playoffs. If you have some sloppy play, a couple turnovers, I mean, the underdog can win. So that's what makes the playoffs so fun to me. But thanks for the back-to-back super chats, EHF. Appreciate you, man. Future Chief Rico Dowdle? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. They cut to a commercial break. Somebody's asking what happened with the bench. I'm assuming somebody got in the way of the refs. One of the refs on the sideline. Yeah, I was trying to look on... they didn't really talk about it. Either way, the Chiefs are backed up to about the 10-yard line here. And we are back from commercial break. Chris Oladokun is under center. It's going to hand it off to Dameon Pierce. There you go. Dameon Pierce gets a 5-yard handoff. Okay. He's number 25. Pierce alert. All right. 2nd and 6. Kelsey jogs to the sideline. Won't be a part of this one. You have Chris Oladokun in the gun, 2 to his left, but they're going to hand it off once again up the middle to Pierce for 2 yards. So you're looking at a 3rd and 4. All right, well, Kelsey's back out there, and we'll see what happens. I would love to not go 3 and out. This has been a really long quarter, guys, because nobody can sustain drives. No, it's like incomplete. So many change of possessions. 3rd and 4 at the 16. You've got Chris O in the gun empty, 3 by 2. So 3 to his right, 2 to his left. Raiders are showing pressure and bring some. He has to uncork it, and he gets it to Kelsey, who's at the line to gain, cuts inside, and gets a couple more. We'll call it 6 yards from one of the best tight ends to ever play the game, possibly playing his last ever NFL game unless he returns next year. He's not under contract, so we'll see what happens, but a nice little catch there by Kelce, trying to cut back inside for more yardage. 1st and 10, moving the chains. Let's go. He's one catch away from a little milestone here. See if we can get him another one soon. Is this the most exciting game you've ever streamed? Asked Bendog with the 2. Well, thanks for the 2. The answer is no. Chris Oladokin hands it off to Dameon Pierce for 3 yards. Eichenberg with the tackle. This is like a preseason game to me, Bendog. That's just kind of how I feel about it. Just looking for some standout players, hoping both teams can stay healthy, and then just kind of going from there. Yeah, it was weird, William. Due to tiebreakers, the Panthers, after losing to the Bucs, needed the Falcons to win today. And they got into the playoffs. That's how it happened. I thought it was winner takes all for the division yesterday, but I was wrong. It was pretty crazy, huh? What's up, Arrow Red? Arrow Red in the house. Thank you for the membership. Let's go. How am I watching? It's not showing on Paramount Plus. I just have YouTube TV, but I live local. I live in the local Kansas City area, so I just get every Chiefs game. Don't forget to tap the like button, said Brenda. Ooh, let's go. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day, man. Second half, I might get a beer out. If there's 3 more punts, I'm getting a beer. I think we got one last game. Just one. In hindsight, was our preseason a major red flag? Asked RH with the 2. Appreciate that. No. I think the Chiefs have lost. I think they're 0-6 in their last 6 preseason games, so that doesn't mean much to me personally. I know some others were more concerned than I was, but I don't know. The starters play for like 1 drive. So there's like nothing to read into preseason games for me personally. Power with the 2. If Kelce comes back, how much did he get paid? That's a great question. I don't know. I know it can't be for $20 million. Whoa. I tried to go to spottrack.com and I missed 1 letter and it took me to a Chinese website. I'm getting hacked. Just kidding. It was just nothing was in English and I was like, what is this site, dude? Okay, let me look up, what is Travis Kelce's market value? Do they have something on him? Because I'm curious what they say it is. I mean, it would have to be, let's see what his market value is. $11 million. I was going to say somewhere around like 10. Now, is he worth more? Probably. But on a 1-year deal, I don't know how much the Chiefs could realistically swing, but I think both sides will be willing to have a serious conversation about it, especially if he is willing to return. All right, back from commercial break, and there's going to be a false start, I believe, on Travis Kelce. He jumped way early. Yeah, Kelce jumped early, but you never see that from Travis. It's one of those things that happens sometimes. Again, it could just be like straight up on him. He just messed up. But also, when you don't have a ton of reps with Chris Oladokin, you're kind of not used to their cadence and expectations on that pre-snap. But it's going to be a handoff up the middle on 2nd and 13. Dameon Pierce is only going to get 2 yards, so it's 3rd and 11. Woo! Long 3rd and 11. Tim with the 10 bomb. It's definitely beer time. I might have to get one. Thank you so much for the 10 bomb. Hope you guys are enjoying. If you partake, if you don't, I know there's some people in here that are sober and all that. I have much respect for that. Get some, I don't know. Get some Gatorade. There's got to be something else to drink. Non-alcoholic beer. 3rd and 11 at the 20. Chris Oladokin's got time, but he's going to check it down left side to Noah Gray. Tries to spin off of a tackle, and he's going to get about 6. Yeah, you could just drink water. Mocktail, near beer. There's like, It's 4th and 5, by the way. Kelsey definitely looks a little dejected walking off the field just because he wants to see more from the offense in general, but he's also probably down on himself for the false start. 4th and 5. Matt Ariza with another punt flips the field beautifully, but Josh Williams misses the initial tackle. And Bachman, I think, is going to get up to the 27. 11 yards on the return there. Sydney, thank you so much for the 2-bomb. Let's go. Yeah, there you go. Coke. Pop. What do you guys call it? Pop? Coke? Soda? I never called it anything other than what I wanted. So I would say I want a Sprite or a Coke or a Dr. Pepper. I would just say what I wanted. A root beer. No, not cocaine. No. I don't want that. It's called diabetes. Sugar in a can. Pop. All right, it's pop. Fair enough. In the South, it's all Coke. Yeah, that would confuse me. Like, if someone says, I want a Coke, I would go get them a Coke. Like, I'm getting you a Coke, man. Ooh, iced tea. I like that. Chiefs are going to win 3-0 today. FLDB, I need some insight, man. How are you feeling about this game? Give me something. Give me something good here. We've had 3 penalties on the Chiefs. We have had 7 total drives so far. And there's still 13 and a half minutes left in the second quarter. 3 passing yards for Kenny Pickett. 22 for Chris Oladokun.
Well, you're going to see more punts in this game. I can tell you that.
Take a shot every time there's a punt. You might not survive the day. Don't be doing that. DeBozy with the 2. Thanks, Cole, for all you do. Much love, brother. Hey, man, much love and respect to everybody in here. And it's bittersweet, right? It's the last season or game of the season for the Chiefs. No playoffs. You can't sustain greatness every single year at such a high level, so I get it. It's reality and realistic for most teams to have down years, but it's still unfortunate. Yeah, Choose Love with the 2 said, I miss Patrick Mahomes games. Yeah, me too. Me too. He did a lot of carrying. That's for sure. Hopefully they retool a little bit and you address the wide receiver room, obviously the running back room for sure. We'll see what they do with the tight end room if Kelsey's not coming back. You've got changes to make on the defense. You need to upgrade the D-line. Linebacker is an interesting question because Leo Chanel's a free agent. You can move on from Drew Tranquil. Don't know if they will. The secondary questions as well. It's going to be an interesting offseason, an important one. 4th and 5. From their own 25, they're going to go for it. Wait. Why did that say 4th and 5? It was 1st and 10. Aiden O'Connell was in the game. Why did it say 4th and 5? I was so confused. FLDB's laughing. Look at this. He thinks it's hilarious. But the broadcast literally said 4th and 5, and I was very confused. So Kenny Pickett is out. Aiden O'Connell is in. Look at this guy. This guy thinks it's funny. This guy thinks it's funny over here. Laughing at me. Aiden O'Connell overthrows on 1st and 10 from the 27. Incomplete. Setting up a 2nd and 10. Is going to hand it off up the gut for 7 yards or so. I think that's Genty. I can't see the number. Yeah, number 2. Genty up the gut for 7. What did they say about Kenny Pickett? Is he questionable to return or is he just getting benched? I didn't hear either way. But I know Kenny Pickett got blasted by Noel Williams on that blitz. He's also not playing well either. Almost threw a couple picks. So you've got AOC, Aiden O'Connell in the gun. Tucker in motion. 2 seconds on the play clock. Looks, fires off the hands of his intended target. It was Tyler Lockett. A lot of contact. No flag. Noel Williams in coverage on like a quick slant. Aiden O'Connell tried to fire it in there. Hope Pickett is okay. Yeah, I don't know if he's getting benched or if he's banged up from that hit. So with that, it's another punt. Kenny Pickett is 1 for 4 for 3 yards. Aiden O'Connell is 0 for 2. Oh, it's a fake punt. And he didn't. Did he get it? I think he's short. I need a replay. It happened so fast. I looked over at the stats and they ran a fake punt right when it happened. Looking at the spot, he is short. So the fake punt, it was a direct snap, run right side, and I think it's going to be a turnover on downs. Great heads-up play by the Chiefs special teams. I want the spot. What are they saying?
There's a 36-yard line, I think. They needed the 38.
Okay, so turnover on downs.
Yep.
The CBS scoreboard is absolutely broken
it's
because it just showed
forever.
4th and 5 again. What is happening? It's Chiefs ball at the 36. It's going to be a quick pass to Hollywood Brown right side. And he's going to get about 5 yards. That was a weird play. It looked like Brashard Smith was expecting the football. But it ended up being a bubble screen further to the same side to Hollywood Brown. What the heck? That was weird. Rachel with the 2. The punting shall continue until morale improves. I don't know if morale's improving, Rachel. I think we're just going to see a lot of punts. Appreciate the 2. Billy with the 5. Thank you so much, man. About time with the 30 months. Next season going to be crazy. Don't even know who will be on the team. Let's freaking go. You are right, man. It's going to be an interesting offseason. 2nd and 7. At the 33. You got Chris under center. Steps back to throw. He's going to get flush from the left and he fumbles. Oh my gosh. It bounces way back and it's going to finally be recovered by the Raiders. Oh my ugly. That was disgusting. Chris Oladokin didn't see the defender bearing down as he tried to scramble left and he got the ball slapped away. So, yeah, Jason Chu-Godric just got beat on just off the edge, like a round. And Chris O was trying to scramble left, got hit from behind, and the ball just popped out literally the wrong direction. I don't even know how many yards they lost on that play. It was absolutely disgusting. It was a sack fumble recovery, a 9-yard loss. The Chiefs had the ball at the Raiders' 36-yard line, and they recovered it at the Chiefs' 44? Is that right? My gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. I am sorry in advance. I made a video a couple days ago. Said I'm sorry in advance for anybody who watches this game. Obviously, there's a lot of Chiefs fans and Raiders fans that are going to watch their team whether win or lose. But I apologized in advance. You had been warned in advance how ugly this game was going to be. New punk in the house with the 25-month Let's Freaking Go tier. This takes me back to watching the Thig Pen era football. This was a humbling season, but I just hope we take this rebuild seriously. Let's not waste Pat's prime. Love y'all. Much love, brother. Yeah, dude, what a crazy year to say the least. Judon with the 5. Just wanted to drop a 5er and say thanks for another great season of play-by-play. Heck yeah, man. Thanks for the kind words on the 5 bomb. Dave with the 5. KC fan since 93. Next season will be awesome. Mahomes will be on fire, and Kelsey will hopefully come back mid to late season. Ooh, so he's predicting not a return at the beginning of the season for Kelsey, but later on. That would be interesting. I think it would probably benefit them more personally if he just commits to the full offseason. But, hey, if it's a late return, wouldn't complain about that one either. Thank you for the 5 bomb, brother. Chiefs fan since 93. Love that. I was born in 91 and thrown into a Chiefs jersey, but I don't know that I'm trying to remember like my earliest memories of the Chiefs. It would be just like the later 90s with Derek Thomas before he passed, obviously. It's beer o'clock. After that play, I almost ran up to get one. Are you feeling better, FLDB, by the way? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up? We got the dual cam.
Yeah.
All right, we are back from commercial break. Why are they singing Backstreet Boys? What is happening? They're going to hand this ball off to Ashton Genty, and he's got room to run, spinning all the way up to the 30 for about 13, 14 yards there. Ashton Genty's a lot of fun. He looks a bit shaken up on that play, though, grimacing and a little bit of pain. Ooh, Noel Williams got away with the face mask, it looks like there. Probably not on purpose, but he grabbed... Yeah, that's a face mask. That should have been 15 yards. The tank bowl is rigged, guys. Just kidding. But it was definitely a missed call. Aiden O'Connell, under center, hands it off to Genty, who sidesteps and gets room to run a few more yards there. About 5 on the gain. Cole, how appropriate would it be to have a Tank 7 during the Tank Bowl? I should just DoorDash some Tank 7. I only have garage beer, but that's actually a great idea. Tank 7 for the Tank Bowl? That's a genius idea. All right, 2nd and 6. Raiders are getting a little close here. They're at the 28. Alert, alert. So O'Connell changing the play from under center. 4 seconds on the play clock. Hands it off to Genty again. He dances around in the backfield and is able to evade and shoot up for 5 yards. I thought he was going to lose 1. It was a nice couple of plays here back-to-back by Ashton Genty. Is Bossa out there? I don't know. I don't think so, because I see Drew Tranquil, Noel Williams. Whoa, FLDB, what are you doing over there? What do we got going on over there?
Moving the strap up on that.
We haven't seen this yet. 3rd and 1. AOC stumbles, but hands it off to Genty, and Genty gets to the 20. That's enough for a first down. Gain of 3 or 4, needed 2. Okay, so the Raiders are right around the red zone here. They're at the 20. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Let's hold them to a field goal. Ashton Genty is not a good running back? I think he's fine, but the O-line is awful, dude. They did not need to take Genty. You should have taken an offensive lineman. So that's a big part of it, in my opinion. Aiden O'Connell, play action, rolls right, fires, incomplete. Tucker was the intended target, but Noel Williams was draped over him like a shower curtain along the sideline. Okay, what do we got over here? Oh, let me fix this. Hey, who's that? What's his name? You're muted, just heads up.
That is Gary.
Gary in the house, dude. We've got the full mannequin. Yes. 2nd and 10, out of the gun. Genty gets the handoff and gets about 4. To the 16-yard line. Let's go. You said Gary?
Yep, Gary.
Gary is definitely the snail from SpongeBob. There you go.
Well, he's also my Mandalorian holder.
My daughters have been playing more Minecraft lately, and we bought for fun for Christmas, the SpongeBob pack. They've been running around like Bikini Bottom and building stuff. It's been pretty funny. Throwback to my childhood. All right, 3rd and 7. At the 17, you got Aiden O'Connell in the gun, steps back, looks left, doesn't like it, checks it down middle of the field to Mayer, who gets 2. That's going to be 4th and 5. I'm assuming they kick a field goal and tie it up, but we'll see what happens here. Mayer is a little slow to get up. You love the vids? Icy, what's up, man? Gary is the way. Guys, I have sad news to announce. It's 4th and 4. But I was so stoked. I ordered this Iron Man helmet. I could put batteries in it and it'll like open up and everything. Like it looks sick. It's awesome. It opens and does all that. Well, it was supposed to go on my head during the games, but apparently my brain is too big and the field goal is right down the middle. 3-3, by the way. So I can't put this on. I'm very sad because there were going to be times when I had this helmet on and FLDB had the Mandalorian helmet on. But dude, I can't. Like, it won't go. And I'm actually terrified because I think I could force this helmet on, but I don't think it's coming off. So it ended up being a nice little set piece. But it looks sick. Look at it. Custom made. It looks freaking awesome, dude. So had to get it, but it doesn't fit. Which is unfortunate, but oh well. There we go, something like that. All right, we're on commercial break number 78. AJ with the 25 months. He had this emoji and then facepalm. Yeah, that's how this game is going so far. 5,100 in chat, though. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. You can call me Judo. Judo. Let's go, Judo. Thank you for the 2. All right, Judo. I'm going to remember that. Judo. Martial art, Judo. They haven't showed one clip of this game on Red Zone. Well, they were in the Red Zone. They could have showed a clip then. Look, we got the helmet on, so the Chiefs are going to score on this drive, guys. Just a heads up. AJ, thanks again for the 25 months, brother. Cole, just deflate your head and it will fit. I was kind of sad. I got that helmet and I was like, no, that's an ER visit waiting to happen. Oh, I'm not trying. Drink some beers, Cole. That thing will fit by the 4th quarter. We'll make it. It's funny. My wife, Danny, put the helmet on yesterday and was running around with it. I was actually jealous. Genty is closing in on 1,000-yard rushing on debut season behind that Wombat O-line. It's an amazing rookie season. Yeah. I mean, I think the future is bright for Ashton Genty for sure. The Raiders don't have a lot of bright spots, but Brock Bowers and Genty just need a little baby oil. Bro, it's not... I promise you, this thing, the helmet will not come off if we do that. But dude, it's sick. It like opens up. I could put a battery in it and fire it open, and I'll maybe like next year for the games, we'll put a light under it or something. I don't know. We'll see. Bro, can somebody answer me this? Because I don't pay attention to the broadcast that much during the commercials, but are they showing a lot more cheerleaders than normal? I feel like every break from commercial, they cut to the cheerleaders dancing like up close to the camera for like 5 seconds. It's happened like 10 times. All right, kickoff, touchback, Chiefs ball, 3 apiece. Here we go. Is it possible to have too many weapons for Mahomes? No. The word is Vaseline. Guys, I'm not putting this helmet on. I'm sorry. It's not happening. It's not happening. All right, 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Would Danny wear it for luck for us? Maybe, Mike. Thank you for the 2. I'll ask her. Ooh, a fake pitch. Roll out, and it's deflected. Noah Gray was the target. Incomplete. That was interesting. They faked the pitch left. Chris Oladokun rolled out, but you had a free runner. And the Chris Oladokun pass gets batted up into the air and falls about 1.5 yards shy of Noah Gray, the intended target. Percy with the 100 ARS. This match is boring, or in Spanish, is that really what it means? I'm afraid to say it. I'm afraid to say it. 2nd and 10. Chris Oladokun surveys, pumps, rolls, fires, incomplete. The intended target was Hollywood Brown. Filthy game. Partido Cochino. I don't know. That's what he said. I Googled it, and it says boring, dirty game. It is a boring game so far. 3rd and 10 at the 35. Chris Oladokun in the gun, 3 options out wide to his left. 3 seconds on the play clock. He steps back to throw. He's going to have to step up into the pocket. He checks it down left side to Kareem Hunt, and per the course of the season, he can't make anybody miss because he has no burst, and the Chiefs are going to get 4 yards. I don't dislike Kareem Hunt, so I'm not really giving him a bunch of crap. It's just, that's kind of the story of the running back room this year. Kareem Hunt just doesn't have the burst. He's an elite short yardage back, which he's been awesome at that. But it's 4th and 6. It was a 4-yard check down on 3rd and 10, and it's going to be another punt. Oh my gosh. Boring, says Percy. Some would call this a defensive battle. I think it's a lack of offense, but it's going to be an immediate tackle on Bachman. Nazeeh Johnson instantly brings him down. What a play there by Nazeeh, who was on IR for most of the season, brought back to return last week, made a nice little special teams tackle right there. At the 12-yard line, Matt Araiza with a 49-yard punt, instantly wrapped up by Nazeeh Johnson for no gain. Raiders are going to probably punt here again in a few plays. Call him Chris Okie Dokie. Are you guys anybody watching Fallout, the new Fallout show on Amazon Prime? Season 2's on right now, but one of the main characters, the Vault Dweller lady, I don't even remember her name. I don't know why I don't know her name right now, but she says like okie dokie. Okie dokie. I'm like, yeah, sure, okie dokie. All right, back from commercial break. Aiden O'Connell, under center, hands it off again. Ashton Jeanty somehow still breaks the initial tackle. He gets a yard out of it, but I thought he was going to lose 2. The Lions are up 13-0 on the Bears after a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So there's that. You're on season 1? Yeah, I think it's a good show, Roomby. I played the video games a little bit growing up. I didn't have a lot of expectations for it, but it was fire. All right, 2nd and 9 at the 13. From the shotgun, Aiden O'Connell wants to set up a screen, and it's completely blown up, and he just dirts it at the foot of his intended target. There's a flag late. See what the call is here. Where's Kelsey? I don't know. He's on the sideline. Holding on number 93. 5-yard penalty. Zach Pickens, who was recently signed to the active roster a couple weeks ago. Ooh, yeah, Pickens held Ashton Jeanty from sneaking out for that screen pass. Fallout series is good. Yeah, it's pretty good so far, man. It's like they're on episode 3, season 2. All right, so that's a 1st and 10. Play action from Aiden O'Connell. Fires, caught all the way up to the 31-yard line. Trey Tucker. Noel Williams with a tackle. That might be the biggest play of the game for either team. 14 yards. That was a perfectly timed pass to Tucker. Going hurry up here at the 30. It's a check down to Tucker, thrown way out of bounds, and Fulton tried to tackle him and kind of stayed down awkwardly for a second after the tackle attempt. I think he's fine, but it's just something worth noting there. Dub Freak with the 20. Let's go, man. Hey, Cole, speaking of the helmet, surely with it being custom made, the dude would have asked for a head measurement because I'm guessing it was expensive. I'd be mad not being able to wear it. It looks awesome. It was mainly going to be a set piece that I would throw on it every now and again. So I'm not mad by it because it looks great. 2nd and 10. Handoff to Jeanty outside the right hash, goes up for about 7. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Yeah, it's just like some independent guy that makes the helmets. I think he just probably makes them all the same size, to be honest. So I'm not that mad by it. It's all good. But thanks for the 20 bomb, man. There are times you see objects, items, that I'm like, oh, that's a nice set piece. I want to get that. And I don't do that often because my set is pretty much built out. But I had to get this one. 3rd and 2, 4.5 minutes left. Raiders are 4.5 left in the half. Raiders are at the 39. O'Connell in the gun. Chiefs bring some pressure. Quick pass. Diving. Incomplete. Tyler Lockett tried to haul it in. Christian Fulton in coverage, and Lockett is down on the ground, not getting up. I think, hopefully, it's just the wind getting knocked out of him. But it was a high pass, and Tyler Lockett, the old veteran, tried to make a leaping attempt at it and just crashed to the ground hard. Oh, man, that right arm, he like hit his elbow super awkwardly. I hope his shoulder is okay. He's still down on the ground, guys. That really sucks for Lockett. Udaman, Doug Udaman, thanks for the membership. Thanks for the 21 months. Let's go. Yeah, he's hurt on the ground, man. Tyler Lockett, he's an 11-year vet, been in the league for quite a while. I mean, mainly with the Seahawks. That sucks. He's getting up. He did finally get up, which is good. He fell right on his ribs. Yeah, I was looking at his elbow, though. The way he landed on his elbow, on I think it was his right arm, I was kind of worried about his shoulder. But hopefully, it's, if anything, it's just the wind knocked out of him. But he was down for a while. All right, 4th and 2 from their own 39. This time there is no fake punt. 3-3. Fair catch called for by Brashard Smith at the 9. All right. This game is crazy, man. Chiefs ball again. Here we go. If the Chiefs end up picking 9th in the draft, who would you want them to trade it? Would you want them to trade it for more picks or pick at 9? Don't know yet. See what they do in free agency, and then it just kind of depends on where their draft board is and how it falls. If one of the true like blue chip guys that they believe in goes off the board and they don't have anybody that they quote unquote love there, no pun intended on Jeremiah Love, but they could trade back for sure. I wouldn't even be surprised if they did that. 1st and 10 from the 9. Chris Oladokin hands it off to Brashard Smith. He's going to make one man miss, switches directions, was going right, zigzags to the left for 8 yards. Nice. A nice little play there by Brashard Smith. How many punts is there going to be? Well, let's see. 3 punts so far by the Raiders, 4 punts so far by the Chiefs. 7 punts already. 2nd and 2 at the 19. Chris Oladokin hands it off to Brashard Smith again. He does get to the line to gain, but is he down just shy? That is the question. 3rd and 1, so they are going to mark him short. What is the most punts in a regular season game? That's a great question. It's going to be a lot. Most punts ever in an NFL game. 31 punts in 1933. 3rd down and 1. Chris Oladokin keeps, gets tripped up, jumps forward, and fumbles. The Raiders think they have it, but was he down? That's the question. The Raiders are going to get the ball. Nice. I need a replay, but Chris Oladokin is having some ball security issues. Chris O trying to run, gets tripped up at the ankles, trying to keep hold of the ball to jump forward for the first down. It's starting to fall from his grip. Never secures it when trying to jump forward. Bobbles, and it gets hit out from under him and rolls out. Raiders recover. And it's a Raiders ball. There's been 3 turnovers, I believe, in this game and 7 punts. This is disgusting. I need mouthwash. I feel disgusting. FLDV, nice hat, dude. He's just shaking his head over there. Yeah, he definitely lost control, was never down. Yo, FLDB, these graphics are fire. Well done for real, said Zach. Are you talking? I don't know if you were. 1st and 10 at the 18. Raiders in scoring position here. Instantly blown up. It was a handoff, maybe a fumble. The Chiefs say it's their ball. There's a flag on the play late. It's the Chiefs' ball. This game sucks. Oh, this is great, dude. Oh my gosh. Let's see what the flag is. Holding on the defense negates the fumble recovered by the Chiefs. No way. It was a hold on who? I think they're flagging Tillery with the hold. Minihue knocked the ball out of Genty and the Chiefs recovered. But the penalty negates the turnover and gives the Raiders another shot. And Ashton Genty is going to bulldoze his way inside the 5. Just shy of the first down marker. 2nd and 3, 2.5 minutes left to go. This game is insane. Cole just laying it out there with what this season felt like as a Chiefs fan. Yeah, I said this game sucks, but it was fun. I liked that the Chiefs got the ball until the game sucked so bad they got another penalty, negating the turnover. They had a penalty negating a really cool scramble drill catch to Juju Smith-Schuster, a pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. 2nd and 3, Genty gets the handoff, tries to fight his way forward, and he's finally blown up after a gain of 1, maybe 2-minute warning. Can we put Kelsey in at QB? Said Stepanova. No, but I'm willing and open to other ideas. Like, do we want Shane Buechele out there? Probably not. But yeah, this game is gross, man. Hannah with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. Let's go. D Goalie said it wasn't a hold. Never a hold. Tillery had a little bit of a hold. You probably didn't need to call it, but it happens. Happens. Why not Kelsey at QB? Well, he's going to be like your 4th option. This is not going to happen. But I would like to see a pitch to Kelsey and see him throw it downfield. I would like to see that a lot. Keno with the 14 months said Tank Bowl. Yeah, this game is gross. So gross, I can't stop looking. Why is the defense holding, asked Nick? I don't know. Because that's happened twice. Who else got held? Zach Pickens held Ashton Genty. Comedy of errors. Yeah. How many times have they been flagged? Chiefs have been flagged 5 times for 30 yards. The Raiders haven't been flagged yet. Man, nobody has it worse than the Chiefs. Chiefs fans, dude. I'm just kidding. Crazy, though. Ellie with the 10 bomb said, thanks for everything you do, Cole. You've made the season more bearable with the HBTC community. Looking forward to hearing you call some pre-season games. Well, I'm calling one right now. I'm basically calling one right now, but I know exactly what you mean. You're talking August of 2026. Thanks so much for the 10 bomb and the kind words. I'm happy to do it, even though this game has been pretty gross. But hey, you know what? It's the last regular season game, so we've got to enjoy it because we're not going to see the Chiefs play real football again until, August. KSB with the $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, man. Let's go, everybody. Thank you. You meant postseason? Oh, playoff games. Got you. Postseason games. My stream is way behind. I'm as live to the game as I can get, brother. Your TV's too far ahead. Tell it to relax. Flacco going to be the backup next season? I don't know. You need some veteran, though. Flacco, it's an option. It's going to be a handoff to Genty on 3rd and 1, and he is instantly tackled. Blown up, I think, by Tranquil initially. And on 3rd and 1, near the goal line, they lost a yard. Wow, I need the replay on that. That was a great heads-up play by the defense. Yeah, Drew Tranquil crashed. He tripped Genty up, and then Cooper McDonald finished it off. Linebacker on linebacker violence over there to Ashton Genty. 4th and 2, and I think the offense is staying out there, going to go for it, or at least appear to be going for it. I'm sure the analytics say go. It's 4th and 2 at the 4. Wait. They're pulling the offense, and the field goal unit's coming out. Crowd is booing. Wow. I don't know. If you're playing to win, the Chiefs offense has done nothing, so it's probably the right idea to kick the field goal, I guess, but I don't know. It's a 23-yard attempt for Daniel Carlson from the right hash. Snap is a little high, but fielded nicely, and the kick is right down the middle. Good. 6-3. The Raiders up in this massively important game with a lot on the line. High scoring, no errors, no penalties. It's been an awesome game so far. If today was opposite day. Yeah, they need a veteran backup, Power Panda. So whoever it is, I made a video recently saying shoot for the stars, try like Marcus Mariota, maybe Jimmy G. You need somebody just in case Mahomes can't play yet. Like maybe he is ready for week 1, but how are you going to know that in March when you need to make free agency moves? It's not going to be Chris Oladokun as your backup QB. It's not. It could be Minshew. He'll be healthy enough and ready to go in plenty of time, but you got to consider the fact that Mahomes might not be ready. Could be week 3, week 4, week 5. You just don't know. So you do need to probably invest in a decent QB2, maybe spend a little bit more money than you typically have in previous years. Is Brashard Smith playing good? Well, he's had some plays for sure, a couple drop passes on checkdowns, but other than that, I think Brashard Smith's done an okay job. All right, 6-3. The kickoff is a touchback. Chiefs ball at the 35. D.Trey in the house with a 20 bomb, said Cole. Thanks for getting us through a tough season. Looking forward to next year. Heck yeah, man. Thanks for the 20 bomb and the kind words. We'll be doing all kinds of off-season coverage, free agency, draft. We'll do it all again with the 53-man roster projections, any news that pops up all off-season long, and then we'll get ready for the 2026 NFL season. 1st and 10, Chris Oladokun in the gun to 35. Steps back to throw. He's looking left, doesn't like it. Looks in the middle of the field, then he's finally flushed left. He's going to run up the left side for about 9 or 10 yards, but there's a flag on the play. It's probably on the Chiefs. Holding on Jason Chu-Godric, so it's a 10-yard penalty negating a 10-yard run. Where's the hold? Is it at the end there when he was falling to the ground? If you wonder who Jason Chu-Godric is, it's the Chiefs' international pathway player that, because of all the injuries, got signed to the active roster, and I'm happy for him getting some playing time. Doesn't happen a lot of times to your international pathway guys, but he was flagged on that one, playing right tackle today. And it's going to be 1st and 20, set up a screen to the left, and Kareem Hunt's going to get the ball and shakes off of a tackle spinning awkwardly to the 38, and you have a Raider down hurt. Isaiah Polamau, the 4-year vet out of USC, is down on the ground. He's grabbing at his right shoulder collarbone area. he is in a lot of pain. Yikes. That was a 13-yard screen, by the way, on 1st and 20, so it's 2nd and 7. So with the hold and that play, you could say, hey, I missed the replay. They're trying to show what happened to his shoulder. I looked at the initial guy making the tackle, but he got his arm kind of cocked back awkwardly, I think. 2nd and 7 is what this is going to be after the injury timeout. Let's see. Hannah with the 5. I swear, if we don't get a more serviceable QB who can win 2 to 3 games, if Mahomes can't initially play. So Huntley, like Tyler Huntley, Malik Willis is 2 options, she said. I will key a coach's car. I have a feeling it's going to be Minshew. All right, well, let's not do that. I'm not going to advocate crime, but yeah, if Mahomes, that's kind of the predicament the Chiefs find themselves this offseason to me, is you're not going to know by March, free agency frenzy, if Mahomes is going to be ready. You're just not going to know. It's too early. So I do think you need to invest in a little higher profile QB2. Marcus Mariota signed an $8 million deal with the Commanders this offseason. Should the Chiefs pay that much? I don't know, but they've been on average paying like $2.5 million a year for a backup QB. You need to probably double that. Paula Mao is in the blue tent. After that 13-yard screen pass to Kareem Hunt, the Chiefs are now on the 38-yard line. 2nd and 7. Jalen Royals doing a little bit of dancing in the backfield. It's going to be a quick pass to Brashard Smith, and he can't get the edge, and he's going to be tackled for a 2 or 3 yard loss. 3rd and 10. You've got 1 minute and 18 seconds left in the half. Both teams have 2 timeouts, but the Raiders just called a timeout. Okay. Dub Freak with the 32 months said dream QB2 next year for me would be Malik Willis. He's playing really well with the Packers. Thank you for the 32-month Redbeard tier subscription, man. Mark with the 10. You're appreciated more than you know, Cole. Thanks for making this Tank Bowl entertaining. God bless. Hey, I'm glad we could try to make this a little entertaining because it's been brutal. Absolutely brutal, man. Thank you for the 10 bomb. Toma with the 2. I dislocated my shoulder just like that last night. Man. Well, get well soon, Toma. Holy smokes, brother. That's got to hurt bad. All right, 3rd and 10. We need something. You've got Chris Oladokun in the gun at the 35. The Raiders are showing pressure off the left side. Do they bring it? And they are going to bring the pressure. But Chris Oladokun is going to roll left, check it down to Noah Gray left side, and he's going to bumble his way for 12. First down. Hurry up offense for the Chiefs because you've got 1 minute left in the half. You do have 2 timeouts, but Harrison Butker's now warming up on the sideline. You're 4 shards of glass, 4 yards shy of midfield, and it's another check down the opposite side to Juju Smith-Schuster for 5 or 6 yards there. Chris Oladokun this time flushed right, found Juju. 4 shards of glass. 4 yards shy. 4 yards. All right, 2nd and 4. Juju got out of bounds to stop the clock. So the Chiefs can huddle up here. Who do I want to go to the Super Bowl this year? Don't care. Do not care. I have a couple other super chats I'll catch up to in a second here. 2nd and 4. Chris O from the gun, 2 seconds on the play clock. Is going to get flushed way deep from the pocket, and he's going to get sacked for an infinite yard loss. Like, what are you doing, bro? My gosh. Chiefs call a timeout, but he loses 11 yards. Or the Raiders call a timeout, rather. Jeez. Chu Godric lost his rep pretty bad. But what Chris Oladokun should have done is just throw it away. It was 2nd and 4. Roll right out of the tackle box and throw it away. What are we doing? God. 3rd and 15, dude. It was 2nd and 4. He had the opportunity to roll right, but he was trying to just do too much. You just throw it away, man. That Mahomes, we've been spoiled having Mahomes. He rarely ever takes losses like this. Like, ever. Even his sacks are like 1-yard losses. 3rd and 15 from the shotgun. It's going to be another screen, this time to Jalen Royals, and he gets 2 yards. Cool. So that was his first catch. For 2 yards, it's 4th down, and the Chiefs are going to have to punt unless... Actually, hold on a second. The Raiders are out of timeouts, and you're going to be able to take this down to 0. It's going to be halftime. Okay, cool. Can the military grab Dave Tobe? Next, that's an insane comment, brother. But the Raiders are going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, and it's halftime. That's crazy, man. I don't follow politics nearly enough to understand what's going on, but I definitely raised my eyebrows at the headline yesterday on what happened, and I was like, what? Anyway, I don't think Dave Tobe is getting kidnapped or anything like that, but I would try to make the case for the Chiefs just going a different direction with special teams. They're the special teams coordinator. I just don't think it's going to happen. But special teams has not been great this year. Yeah, special teams has not been great this year, man. So I don't think Andy's going to do it, or whoever makes the decisions. Veach, Andy. I don't know where the line is there. Clark Hunt. Like, there's got to be some group decision there a little bit. Andy's the head coach, so he would have the say, but Dave Tobe and Andy have been around forever, and they're friends. So maybe you give Tobe another year. I'm not saying you need to per se, but I was like, hey, you could. Special teams has been bad. It's more than just Butker misses. It's all the penalties on all the returns. It's been crazy. Tristan, thank you for the 2. Winston with the 10 bomb. Chiefs fan up here in Washington State. Happy 2026. Great work, Cole. Looking forward to next season. Let's freaking go. Well, thank you so much for the 10 bomb, man. Let's go. Washington State, eh? Love it. Hannah with the 2 bomb. I've seen enough. Shoe away. Chew Godric. Well, who are you going to put out there? We have Essa Pole at left tackle. Jalen Moore is not playing. Like, he's active. It doesn't seem like he's going to go out there. But yeah, Jason Chew Godric's been getting smoked. That's for sure. Shane Buechele? Maybe. Chiefs are worse than the Raiders? Nah. I mean, not really. They just have everybody out. I mean, the Raiders have a lot of people out too. But this, to me, win or lose, like, it doesn't really reflect much at all. You're down. They've put how many people on IR? Like 15 players? And they wouldn't put some of those players on IR if they were still contending for playoffs. Like Rice and Thornton were in concussion protocol. Nico Remigio, who knows? Like, I'm sure they're not putting Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson on IR. Probably not Leo Chanel either. Mahomes obviously got injured. So did Minshew. But there are other guys they put on IR that if they were still in the run for the playoffs, they wouldn't have. So, Flip with the 5. Honestly, man, even if we get a new OC, he's the least of our problems. We need playmakers and a true wide receiver 1 and 2. Well, I think Rice is the 2, but I have been advocating, like, hey, you need a dude that's like your alpha wide receiver that can win against man and or zone. Super polished route tree, but can also go up and get it and just make plays. How often does somebody make plays for Patrick Mahomes when he just like throws a ball up to give a guy a chance? I understand some of his deep passes and stuff are overthrown. Like, I get all that, but Tyquan Thornton, I guess, would be the guy. But even Thornton, like, he's not a wide receiver 1. You know what I mean? Rice is fine in his role, but I don't think Rice took the step up we were all hoping he would take. He also missed almost a full season due to injury and then 6 games due to suspension. But yeah, you need more playmakers for sure. You need to revamp the running back room. But you absolutely need a new offensive coordinator. I'm just beyond done with Matt Nagy. And I do get the fact that, not Mahomes, Andy Reid runs the offense. He calls the plays. So the OC can only do and only contribute so much. But I want somebody else in there helping with the game plan, helping infuse new plays into the offense. It's stale. It's boring. It's predictable. And because it's predictable, it's boring. You can't win against man coverage, the playmakers that they do have, some of that scheme and coaching related. You have no running back room, no explosive run plays. Mahomes was shouldering a lot of that. I mean, they look bad without Mahomes, which obviously, if you're one of the best, if not the best quarterback and forever goes down, your offense is clearly going to look worse. But the fact of the matter is Andy Reid's not retiring. He's not getting fired. So you need an offensive coordinator change. You need a new running backs coach, a new wide receiver coach, somebody that can just help get the best out of their players. But then, yeah, you need more playmakers, and then a new OC that can help infuse some ideas into the offense. I think the Matt Nagy experiment needs to be done. It needed to be done last year. Needed to be done. You think Royals will have a bigger role next season? No idea, Dart. Thank you for the 2, but I have zero expectations right now of Jalen Royals because I don't know what to expect. He redshirted all year. So in theory, yes, you really only have Rice, Worthy, and Royals on rookie deals. And Rice is on the last year of his deal. You could maybe bring back Thornton. We'll see. I don't know. Really don't. Wyoming with the 20 players on injured reserve per Mitch Holthus. What did I say, 15? I was trying to be conservative, but it did feel like more. So 20 is crazy, man. Insane. Thank you for the 2. Brand with the 5. Pray. Light some ritual incense. Roll some knuckle bones. Draw some tarot cards. Read the tea leaves. Make the Titans think Nagy is their guy. Hey, come on, Titans. Do the right thing. We need an OC with the pulse. Yeah, for sure. And the options at OC, you could bring back retreads if you want. Doug Peterson, Mike Kafka, Eric Bieniemy. Any change is probably good, but I would love somebody outside of Andy Reid's tree. Give me Nate Scheelhaus. I've said that a few times, but that's the Rams pass game coordinator. He's been under McVay for a couple of years. He's only 34 years old, so he would be fine to go to a team in an OC role where Andy Reid still calls the shots, but getting a guy from the McVay system when the Rams are one of the best offenses in all of football and they run a lot of plays from under center, I think the most in the NFL, the Chiefs wouldn't adapt to that completely, but you need more under center. You need a better run game. Mahomes is going to be coming off the ACL and the LCL. You need to support him and not have him play hero ball every key crucial down. If one guy's not open and then nobody else is winning, the guy they scheme open doesn't get open, nobody else is winning, so Mahomes has to scramble around and be Superman. You've got to adjust that for sure. CA Pointer with the 5. Easier for the U.S. to capture Maduro than Chris Oladokin to capture a win tonight. Insane, dude. This game has been really bad. I will look at the box score, and then FLDB, if you want to hold it down, I'm going to get beer. Not doing the second half of that one. I'm just not doing it. Here's how the drives have been. Look at these drives. Punt, interception, punt, field goal, punt, turnover on downs, fumble, field goal, punt, fumble, field goal, end of half. I mean, I have thoughts, but I'm trying to be kind. It's just been a bad game, but we knew it was going to be. Chris Oladokin, 11 for 17, 58 yards, but he's taken 3 sacks and lost 40 yards. He's got to throw the ball away. Like, I know you're athletic and you're a bit of a dual threat QB, but 3 sacks for 4. He's losing, what is that? Like 13.3 yards a sack is what he's losing right now. What are you doing? That's insane. That's like Josh Allen sacks. He doesn't do that a lot, but he's had a couple. Josh Allen one has some big sacks. Last game in particular, he lost like 20. Anyway, Brashard Smith, 8 for 44, 5.5 yards a carry. I'm not mad at it. Dameon Pierce has got some carries. I'm not mad at that either. You're averaging 4.2 yards on the ground. It's not bad. But through the air, I mean, it's just been yikes, man. I mean, Kareem Hunt and Noah Gray and Juju Smith-Schuster are your 3 leading guys. Nobody else has more than 1 catch. Kareem Hunt, outside of the 3 I just mentioned. Kareem Hunt, 3 for 21. Noah Gray, 2 for 17. Juju, 2 for 13. Kelsey's got 1 for 5. Hollywood, 1 for 3. Jalen Royals, 1 for 2. And then Brashard Smith's got 1. Chris Oladokun has fumbled twice, lost 2 of them. I mean, geez. Noel Williams is having a good game. Chris Jones had a key sack on a 3rd down. You look at the Raiders, like Aiden O'Connell's 2 for 7 for 17 yards. Kenny Pickett's 1 for 4. He did get an INT, which was nice, almost 2. Ashton Jeanty already has 15 carries for 63 yards. Trey Tucker. Like, look at the Raiders receiving room. Trey Tucker, 1 for 14. Michael Mayer, 1 for 3. Jeanty, 1 for 3. Like, they have 20 passing yards. This is crazy. Yeah, let's look at 3rd downs. This should be fun. The Chiefs are 3 for 10 and the Raiders are 2 for 8. Sorry, guys. I almost threw up. Projectile all over my basement. The Raiders are 0 for 1 on 4th down. What are we averaging a play? 2.2 2.2 yards per play for the Chiefs. 2.7 yards per play for the Raiders. What else do we got going on here? 0 for 1 in the red zone for the Chiefs, 0 for 2 in the red zone for the Raiders. The Chiefs have been flagged 6 times for 40 yards, have 2 turnovers. Like, this game is disgusting. All right, FLDB, can you take over for a second?
Yep. Yeah, this game is great. One of the best games of the year. Cole is about to get a drink. That's what he's doing right now. It could come down to a safety. I mean, if Brisso runs back far enough, yeah, for sure. Have we won yet? Nope. Yeah, cleaning up the flags. I mean, it's just the story of the year, what we do. That Noel Williams sack was awesome. I mean, Kenny Pickett just didn't look over there. I mean, it was a blindside blitz from Spags. FLD Beard. Yep. What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's having a good day. Had a good beginning of the year. And hopefully everybody has a great year moving forward. And like Cole said, we'll be doing some playoff games, and it'll be fun seeing how the playoffs turn out. So, Chad Powers. Yes, let's put in Chad Powers. That would be fantastic. My hat says FLDB. It was made by one of the community members, Elgin. He made it. I mean, he made this one, and then I have my this white one as well. That also just has a little Mandalorian guy on it. Has a KC on the side, and then FLDB on the back. Yeah, I really love these hats. And again, thanks to Elgin for making these. FLDB stands for my initials for my name. My first name is Franklin, and
he's got 6 middle names, guys.
I have 6 middle names. It's great.
Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And we say, we had one more half to go. We can get through it. The second half's about to start. So.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm about to flip it. I'm adjusting my my camera angles. All right, looks like Butker's set to kick off here. All right, here we go. Butker kicks it to the right. Returner's left, fielded at the 10. And oh boy, Zamir White breaks multiple tackles, gets up to the 40. I thought he might be taking that even further. But here we go. Starting this second half that hopefully is a little more eventful than the first half, but I'm not really going to hold my breath. We'll just kind of see, and I got to catch up on some super chats for sure, guys. Give me a second here. Next commercial break, I will zip through them. But thanks for everybody hanging out. 1st and 10 at the 41. Let's see, you've got Aiden O'Connell under center. Play action. He rolls right. He's pointing, hey, go that way. And Mayer with a beautiful catch. Really, Aiden O'Connell with a great throw all the way to the 35. That just went for 23 yards with Cooper McDonald in coverage. Aiden O'Connell's rolling right, pointing this way. Go this way. Keep running. Keep running. And Mayer just on an improv play turned his shoulder, ran down the sideline, and Aiden O'Connell that was a perfect pass. I was about to say it before, but the broadcast just confirmed it. Longest play of the game, I think, for either team. 1st and 10 at the 36, but there is a false start on the Raiders. 5-yard penalty. Just like that, moving back 5. Flip with the 20. It's going to be boring and predictable. If we have no true talent on offense, coaches can only coach so much and call X amount of plays. Having a new OC is going to have a similar outcome until we find some true talents, in my personal opinion. Yeah, I think in my answer, I said it's kind of, to me, it's multifaceted. For sure, I think the coaching stuff needs changed around, but you have to upgrade the running back room, and you need an alpha wide receiver. So I'm in agreement with you for sure. It's going to be a reverse to Trey Tucker to the right, but he's immediately tackled by Cooper McDonald. Brian Cook was in the area as well. Gain of 4. Gain of 4. But Flip, thanks so much for the 20, man, and all your support through the years, brother. You're one of the OGs of the channel. So, yeah, the offense has to make some changes for sure, just with how they coach, how they run their offense to some extent. But then, yeah, we knew they needed an upgrade at the running back room. 2nd and 11. Genty makes a cut inside, evading a tackle for loss, and gets 2. 3rd and long for the Raiders. 3rd and 8, to be exact. Flip, thanks again, man. Marie with the 27 SEK. I miss Tooney and Justin Reed and that old discipline. Yeah, you had to kind of move on from Tooney or extend him. They paid Trey instead. But Justin Reed, yeah, definitely missed in the backfield. If that's who you're talking about when you say Reed, Justin Reed, the old veteran safety that signed with the Saints, definitely miss him too. Aiden O'Connell from the gun on 3rd and 8 has pressure bearing down. He's going to tuck it and run. He's at the 30, diving forward. And he dives forward, landed shy of the first down, but rolled past it. Nobody touched him, so it looked like he gave himself up shy of the first down, but nobody touched him until after he rolled. So I think it's a first down. I think he initially made it past the first down anyway. Wait. 4th and 1. They're going to say he's a half-yard shy, and the Raiders are going to go for it. He did awkwardly stumble. They need to hurry up. They're under center. 2 seconds on the play clock. It's a pitch to Genty, and he is stopped 3 yards shy. Turnover on downs. Chiefs football. Defense again. Oh, my goodness. Turnover on downs for the second time, I believe, for the Raiders in this game. It happened to them early on in the first half, too. There was a face mask on Cooper McDonald that didn't get called, but it doesn't matter. Oinky Boinky with the 10. Thank you, Oinky Boinky. Just checking in. Have we won yet? Thanks for the play-by-play for the sad season. See you next year. Heck yeah. No, I appreciate you. Chiefs haven't won yet, sadly. It's 3-6. But if the Chiefs lose, where are they at draft pick-wise? Like, if they lose this game, FLDB, are they 9th for sure?
Yep.
Huh. Okay. Well, they're losing right now. They're not trying to. They're just not good. Darrell with the 2. Am I the only one who's enjoying this game? I am laughing about it, and I am opening up a beer. Just got to, man. Little garage lime. Keno with the 2. KC Las Vegas, 2026, all 3 Super Bowl wins. Oh, that's greater than all 3 Super Bowl wins this game? Yeah, I know you're trolling, Keno. This game has been awful. Tyler with the 5. What are your thoughts on dropping Pacheco, having Hunt and Brashard's back, and maybe look for a wide receiver with our first pick in the draft? So yeah, Pacheco's a free agent. Don't think you're bringing him back. I am not opposed to bringing Kareem Hunt back on a vetman deal as your short yardage specialist, and my reasoning for that is the Chiefs don't run a quarterback sneak. They're definitely not running a sneak with Mahomes coming off of the ACL, LCL, if they were unwilling to run it when both of his knees were fine. And obviously it was the other knee that he dislocated that kneecap years back, but I'd be fine with that, bringing him back. But yeah, you need to upgrade at least a couple different running backs. It could be free agency, get Kenneth Walker, get Breece Hall, get a higher profile guy. It's just going to be cheaper in comparison to try to get like, I don't know, a high profile wide receiver, defensive end in free agency. But I think you need to address that too. First pick, we'll see what they do in free agency. But yeah, absolutely. I could see them going wide receiver or D-line. It's just who's available, what do they do in free agency to address that first, part 1A to the 1B, and we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, Tyler, could definitely see some of those moves happening. I'm a few super chats behind still, but we are back from commercial break. 1st and 10, it's Shane Buechele, by the way, an RPO to Hollywood Brown, quick pass to the left for 10 yards. Okay. Man, that's got to be humbling for Chris Oladokun with Shane Buechele going out there, and Buechele's been there for like 2 weeks. They got him from the Bills practice squad. Obviously, Buechele's been here for a couple years prior. He was on the practice squad, I think, really before Chris Oladokun. 1st and 10 now at the 38. Buechele is under center. Brashard Smith in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to him, but he is tackled immediately for no gain. Elgin with the 5. Thanks for calling this trash, Cole. Thanks for the shout-out, FLDB. Win or lose, it's still Chiefs Kingdom, baby. Heck yeah, bro. Thank you for the 5. And all you do, man. Lacey with the 5 as well. Thank you so much. Funtsman with the 5 said, would it be possible in the near future or years to come that Mahomes might have to adjust his play a la Brady had to in the later years? Yeah, for sure. He can't run around like a lunatic all game, all season long. It's not sustainable. And some of that's on the personnel. You got to upgrade a couple key skill position players. It's going to be a quick pass from Buechele to Travis Kelce. 2 catches on the day, ladies and gentlemen. That second catch, I think, moves him over Terrell Owens. Let me see, where are we at? He just passed Terrell Owens for 8th all time. Kelce looked a bit gimpy. Is he all right? I think he's fine. 3rd tight end in NFL history with 13,000 plus receiving yards. So he did that, and he has 2 catches on the day, right? FLDB, 3rd and 5. Shane Buechele looking left, doesn't like it. Flush from the pocket, rolls right, pumps, diving forward near the line to gain. And he's going to be just shy. Yeah, if Kelce has 2 catches today, he broke another little milestone there. I'm checking the box score to confirm it, but I think he does. Yeah, Kelce has 2 catches for 10 yards. 4th and 1, Chiefs are going to go for it. Yeah, Mahomes is going to have to adjust his play style, man. There's no doubt about it. Every quarterback has to as they age, but especially this season coming off the ACL and LCL. 4th and 1, under center. It's a handoff to Kareem Hunt. The short yardage extraordinaire needed 1, got 3. That's why I'm fine with Kareem Hunt coming back. If you don't run sneaks, have Kareem Hunt be your short yardage guy, and I'm fine with it. If you don't want to bring him back, like, okay, it's fine. But since the Chiefs won't run a QB sneak ever, it's not in their playbook. Just like running from under center more than 3 times a game is not in their playbook. You know, Could be worth bringing him back. At the 50, Buechele. Play action. He's got time, but he's going to just lob it check down style to Brashard Smith, right side. He's going to get 5 yards. We'll take that. We'll take 5 yards on the check down there. Barbara with the 20 bomb. Woohoo! Thank you. Finding your channel with these amazing mods has been the only thing getting me through the season. You the man. Barbara, thank you so much for the kind words, the premium gas, and the 20 bomb. Let's go. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 5, Shane Buechele. In for Chris Oladokin. In the pistol. Is going to hand it off to Brashard Smith, and he's got room. 5 yards spinning. Gets 10. That was nice. It's fun watching Brashard Smith because he has a lot of explosion. I'm not used to the running back room showing juice, so I do like that a lot. You need to try German beer, said Jack. Ooh, what kind of German beer? I would not turn it down. Should I just go to Germany and try it authentic? Just right there. Thank you for the $5.99, bro. MX Nace with the 5. I want the Chiefs to snag Breece Hall in free agency, then draft David Bailey with our pick. He's proved he's amazing against Oregon this weekend. There's one way to go about it. I think you address the running back room in free agency, at least primarily. It's a play action. Shane Buechele launches it to Noah Gray for 13 yards. It was an RPO. What a great play. Shane Buechele looks good. I mean, he looks more competent than Chris O. As far as like making plays and going in the positive direction, not 3 sacks for a loss of 40 yards. What a great catch by Noah Gray. He had to reach for it. Okay, so just like that, the Chiefs are moving. They're at the 22-yard line. 2 yards shy of the red area. Going to hand it off to Brashard Smith. He shakes a tackle and fights his way forward for about 3, maybe 4. Nice little fight there. Darrell with the 2. Hunt does the surf and sneak. He definitely does something. He does the short yardage, you need 1, I'll get you 2 play. Pretty much on repeat. Come to Germany. Hey, man, that'd be fun. Have to bring the fam to Germany. Get a Airbnb or something and set up my studio for a little while and have some vacay. That'd be fun. All right, at the 20, Buechele from the gun. Deep drop. He's got time, but he's going to tuck it and run forward, diving forward to the line of scrimmage. It's a pretty common thing you see Mahomes do if there's nothing. Like that was technically a 1-yard sack, I think. But like I'll take that over a 15-yard loss. You know what I mean? Was the run by 24 there the longest run of the year? Yes, German Lager, Pauliner, Fru, and Ondex. I just mispronounced all of them. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get cooked for that. 3rd and 8. Buechele has 3 options to the left. He's going to roll left because of pressure. Juke one guy. And he's trying to keep the play alive, and he's finally wrapped up. I wish he would have tried to throw it. Ended up being a sack of about 3 yards lost there after all of that. He was running around all over the backfield, tried to switch directions. Initially left, made one man miss, was trying to switch fields to the other side and couldn't shake the last guy. Kelsey was wide open, ladies and gentlemen. Kelsey was as wide open as you could possibly get, but Buechele was trying to switch fields because of all the pressure bearing down on him. The Chiefs have to settle for a field goal. Harrison Butker is right down the middle, and it is 6-6. What a game. 12 plays, 50 yards, 7.5 minutes. You ended up getting a field goal, but this is the most life the offense has shown. Now, somebody asked, was this the longest run of the year? No, I think Kareem Hunt had a 33-yard run early on in the season. That was the long for the team, though. That was the longest run for the Chiefs was Kareem Hunt, I think, like 33 yards. Tracy with the 20 bomb. Holy smokes, you guys are going nuts. Hey, Cole, been a Chiefs fan for over 40 years, suffered a lot, new to your channel and love the content. Where did you gain your knowledge of the game? Did you play? You're fantastic. Looking forward to next season. Well, thank you so much for the kind words. As far as knowledge gained, I just grew up watching the Chiefs play. I never played football, but just loved the sport. And when I started the YouTube channel and things started growing, I just started studying every day. So I just casually grew up watching the Chiefs. We would watch on Sundays with my dad, and that was like our schedule. That was our routine. Sundays, we'd sometimes it would be like church and then go watch the game because a lot of the games are at noon, right? So we were like trying to get home as soon as we possibly could, and just grew up watching the Chiefs. I lived in Kansas City area my whole life, and then when I started the YouTube channel, I just started diving into every detail I could find, and we're in year 4, and sometimes I'm studying Chiefs stuff for 10 hours a day, for 5-6 days a week during the season. And so the knowledge just kind of has come over time just from applying myself and listening to a lot of podcasts, watching film, and just trying to learn and grow. I definitely don't know everything by any stretch of the imagination. There's probably several of you in here that know more ball than I know. I'm like, okay, how can I take all that I'm learning, all the Chiefs news, but spin it into a way that's super easy to digest for everybody, whether you're more of a casual fan or you like the X's and O's. I'm trying to give all the news and takes and my thoughts and opinions all interjected or intertwined into a 15-ish minute video or my short form content videos throughout the week. And it seems to have been working. But yeah, I've definitely adapted how I do content over the years. I used to just have fun and troll a lot more. I was trying like skits. I was doing some of my longer form videos, but I don't think they had as much like meat on the bone as they do now. Or I was leaving meat on the bone. I don't know the phrase. Like, I just feel like I can communicate more effectively now. I can give more not X's and O's, but just more, I don't know, hopefully meaningful news updates with more of my opinion wrapped up into it, like an educated opinion, just from covering the team now going on 4 years, or just doing this YouTube channel for 4 years now. So that's a long-winded answer, but we were on a commercial break. The kickoff was returned for 32 yards, and it's the Raiders' ball. But all that to say, it's been a journey. A lot of it's just putting in the hours, and I still have a lot to learn, but I'm super grateful for the platform and the community that we've built, and it's only up from here. Only up from here. Thank you so much for the 20 bomb. 4 minutes left in the third. Tied at 6-all. Aiden O'Connell, under center at the 34, is going to hand it off to Ginty, who I thought was going to get tackled for maybe a yard, but I think he fought forward for a couple more. 3-yard gain there. Oinky Boinky with the 5. Hey, FLDB, graphics are fire. Many kudos and thanks. FLDB, you just got a shout out, dude.
Yeah, no, thanks. And hey, Brand also helped with this. I mean, he's the one that makes it really look pretty. I just put everything together.
2nd and 7 is a pitch to Ginty. Right. Tries to switch directions, and Mike Dana is going to hog tie him for a loss of 2. 3rd and long, you just also during this time, too, when FLDB was talking, you saw Andy Reid talking to Kelsey on the sideline, maybe just checking in on him, but he was wide open for a touchdown there, which would have been awesome. Which would have been awesome. I just said it again and again to be annoying. I'm a broken record, guys. I'm glitching. My AI is not computing. 3rd and 9. Aiden O'Connell in the shotgun at the 35. It's 2 options to his left. Chiefs bring pressure off of his back foot, throws, and it's caught. Wow, for 13 yards. Holy smokes. That was Jackson with the catch. He was running an out route. Christian Fulton on him in coverage, got beat, and throwing off of his back leg. Aiden O'Connell with pressure made a great throw. Shedrick Jackson with the catch. 2 minutes left in the third. Up to the 46-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Jackson now on a bit of a reverse. Left side for 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Paper with the 2 bomb. Thank you, man. Heather with the 2 said, Cole, if when the Chiefs win the game, dropping you 50. Ooh, we got 50 on the line, FLDB. 50 on the line. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. See if the Chiefs win this game. I have no idea what's going to end up happening here. Aiden O'Connell might turn into vintage Aaron Rodgers for the rest of the game, for all I know. At the 49. O'Connell in the gun. 2 to his right, 1 to his left. It was going to be a quick pass to the right, but the play got blown dead. Flag on the play. See what the call is. False start, 5-yard penalty. We'll take that. Albie with the 12. Thank you, man. More greetings from Germany. Great channel. Thanks for the work. If you're ever in Munich, I'll buy you a beer. All right. We might have to get out there. Do you know the other guys who make YouTube videos about the Chiefs, for example, RGR? Yeah, Dan and Ryan. Yeah. I know a lot of the guys in the Chief space, all chiefed up, KCSN guys, Chief Concerns. Yeah, a lot of good guys in the space for sure. I have a lot of respect for most of the work everybody's out there doing. 2nd and 12, it's a handoff, completely blown up. Charles Omenihu was there. I think it was a gain of 1, maybe 2. And when I say I have a respect for most of the work, I don't consume a lot of content from Chiefs creators these days. I just try to keep my own opinion my own, but I have a respect for any content creator out there making videos and kind of grinding out during the football season, and everybody has their own unique angle. Seth Kaiser, there's so many good people, man, in the space. 3rd and 10. You've got O'Connell with 3 options to his right. Chiefs are going to bring pressure, gets it off, and he fits it in a tight window to Trey Tucker. Another 3rd and long allowed by this Chiefs defense, this time to a 3rd-string quarterback. I think he did that earlier on in this drive too, by the way. 3rd and 9, got 11. 3rd and 10, got 16 to Trey Tucker. Are 3rd and longs a joke to you, Spags? Man, 3rd and long. 3rd and long means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, Albie, thanks again for the 12 bomb, man. 12 bomb. Yeah, there's a lot of good. There's probably more content creators in the space than I even mentioned doing great work. The Raiders should just get to 3rd down. Yeah, they're really good, Sora, on 3rd down. Yep, scrambling armchair. That's another one. Double overtime incoming. Oh, boy. Thankfully, you're not going to get that because it's a regular season. You'll get 1 overtime, and then it's a tie. If this game ends in a tie after a full extra quarter of overtime, guys, which it's the end of the 3rd, start of the 4th, by the way, so we're on another commercial break, but... John, thanks for the kind words, brother. Hey, Cole's the NFL draft in April? Yeah, last week of April. I don't know the exact dates, but it's typically like the last weekend of April. I'll tell you the dates right now. Thursday, April 23rd to Saturday, April 25th, and it's going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There you go. Is Shamari Connor actually bad, or is it just confirmation bias? I think he's fine as a safety. Not like an elite safety, but I think he's a serviceable safety. Just, he's not your slot guy. They try to use him more than he should be used. Like in the slot, he should not be used. But I don't know what it is with Spags and sometimes just sticking to his guys, even if it's not working. I don't know if they feel like they don't have better options, but they had Kevin Knowles in the slot for a bit. They had Chris Roland Wallace in the slot, but he got hurt. So I think I'm okay. I'm not too super low on Shamari Connor if he's just playing safety, but I do get frustrated when they keep putting him in the slot. It's just getting crazy. Pinky with the 2. These games show how much QB1 carried the offense. Hey, Hey, you won't get any argument there from me because Mahomes did a lot of carrying. Crazy. Hopefully he comes back strong and healthy for 2026 because Chiefs going to need him. Aiden O'Connell, to start the fourth quarter, is going to hand it off to Genty, who pushes and shoves his way forward for 3 yards before finally getting shoved back. A pile of Chiefs on top of him. Meg with the 10 bomb. Thanks for getting me through the disappointing season with so many injuries, play calls, losses. Look forward to your off-season content, draft, training camp, pre and regular season content. By the way, now and September. Meg, thank you so much for the 10 bomb. The kind words. Let's go. Yeah, heck yeah. We'll keep the content going all off-season long, too. The Raiders are up to the 35-yard line. 3 seconds on the play clock out of the gun. Got to get that ball off. He did with zeros. O'Connell looks deep. He uncorks it. He had separation. Perfect pass breakup by Jaden Hicks. Oh! Oh! Wow. 3rd and 78. The scoreboard is on acid. Did you guys see that? Jaden Hicks diving PBU in the end zone. Perfectly times it. Wow. The scoreboard on the broadcast after that catch said 3rd and 78. It's 3rd and 7. Wow, Trey Tucker had separation too. What a play by Jaden Hicks. 2 seconds on the play clock. He's got to call a timeout. 3rd and 7. Burns a timeout. First of 3 in the second half. What a play. Man, Jaden Hicks, that was a great play. That might have been the highlight of the game so far. I don't know. I'm trying to think. The Noel Williams sack. That PBU. What a play by Jaden Hicks, man. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Percy with the 100 ARS. I don't know what ARS is. You've probably told me before, but that's awesome, dude. I appreciate you. Is there a limited number of overtime or overtime lasts until someone scores more points than the other? So in the regular season, you get 1 quarter. It's extra 10 minutes. And I think each team has an opportunity to score. The FLDB might have to fact check me on this because they've changed it this past offseason. Back in the day, it was overtime, and if the first team with the ball scored a field goal, it was over. Well, now if they score a field goal, the other team had an opportunity to match it. In the playoffs, it changed. If it was a touchdown on the opening overdrive possession, then the team could even match it. But I think now, FLDB, can't they match if it's a field goal or a touchdown on the opening drive? Can't they match it? They have an opportunity to match it no matter what, regular season or playoffs.
Yep, the only difference is that it's 10 minutes in the regular season and 15-minute quarters in the playoffs, and then the playoffs obviously can't be a tie.
Yeah, so overtime just keeps going in the playoffs because you cannot end in a tie. So think of overtime in the Super Bowl with the Chiefs and the 49ers. The Chiefs didn't have to run a play there at the end of that overtime period. I think if my memory serves me right, it was almost over, and they ran 1 play, and that was corn dog to McCole Hardman, I think for the walk-off winner, but they didn't actually have to run a play before the end of that overtime period, because you would have just got another one. Or maybe they did go into a little bit of the second one. I can't remember.
They were still in their second possession, I think, but it was
they
weird.
would get an opportunity to score. Or turn the ball over on downs or something, because the 49ers had the ball first. I don't remember. Did the 49ers get any points? I think they got nothing and then punted. I don't remember, but the Chiefs won, and it was overtime, almost the end of it.
It was a field goal.
They got a field goal? Okay. All right, Ashton Genty gets the quick pass from Aiden O'Connell on 3rd and 7, but he's shoved out of bounds, losing 2 yards. Yo, Papa HBTC, that's my dad, with the 10 bomb. Let's go. Thank you for that. Supercars of Wichita in the house with the 5. The person in charge of the scoreboard on the broadcast is too focused on the cheerleaders to do their job. Dude, we saw 4th and 5 on the scoreboard multiple times when it was like first down. It said 3rd and 78 on the scoreboard after the deep ball attempt to Trey Tucker. It's a 55-yard field goal attempt right now for the Raiders to take the lead. From the right hash. This is not an easy kick. And it's good. Jeez. What a kick. Carlson with a perfect field goal. Might have been good from 60. Did you see Cam Little make a 67-yarder today, FLDB? 67-yarder.
Yeah. 67-yarder.
He has a 68, I think. But he made a 67. Pretty crazy.
He's so good. He's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Raiders are up 9-6. I don't know who put money on no touchdowns happening in this game, but you might win some. You might win some money if that's the case.
Insane.
Yeah, insane, dude. What a crazy game. Robin with the membership. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody being in here. We've got, what do we got in here? 5,200 for the last game of the regular season before the playoffs. People keep saying touchdowns. What did I say?
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. I hit the touchdown button by accident.
Oh, you did? Yeah, it was definitely a field goal. Hit the field goal button. Fire it again. It was a mistake.
Okay,
the guy running the CBS scoreboard accidentally hacked into ours and misfired.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, we're doing it again. We're just redoing, okay? Pretend it never happened. There's no touchdown, okay?
There you go.
All right, the kick is good. Bang. There we go. I saw the chat saying touchdown with a question mark, and I was like, what did I say? Okay, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Cole, still a Chiefs fan. Who should we draft in April? No idea yet. I'm not even really into my draft prep until the end of the season is when I start. But I need to see really what they do in free agency first. Kelsey needs 47 yards to pass Witten to be second all-time in receiving yards for a tight end. Yep, Taters, you are exactly right. Cole needs a break, too. Oh, we're taking a break. We're taking a break right now. A commercial break. Cole, where'd you get the sick Chiefs Iron Man hat and how much? This was a custom-made helmet from this guy on Instagram. He made it for an NFL player. I think Isaiah Rodgers. Yeah, he made it for Isaiah Rodgers, and I tracked him down on Instagram, asked how much he would charge. I don't remember the exact amount, but it was over $500. It was one of those expenses where it's like, yeah, I don't need this, but I'm using it for a piece of my set. So I was like, I want this. I don't really upgrade the set anymore. So if I can find something worth it, I get it. But it's like, it's battery powered and will open up and all that stuff, but it doesn't fit my head. It doesn't fit my bald head, man. It is a business expense. I wrote it off. Because that's what I'm using it for. Set design for the streams. I was hoping I could put it on during like cool plays and touchdowns, but the kickoff is up. It's going to bounce into the end zone, fielded by Brashard Smith, kneeled down, touchback. You think the Chiefs will lose this game? I didn't think they would, but Chris Oladokun has been not good. He's not been playing well. Shane Buechele's in now. The offense showed a little bit more life, so let's see what you can get going. It's 1st and 10. You're only down 3. You've got 13 minutes to go. Let's get it. Do we need a tight end? Maybe. Especially if Travis Kelce's gone. Like, if he doesn't return, yeah, you definitely need something. All right, 1st and 10 at the 20. Oh, because it bounced and then was fielded. It's a handoff outside to Brashard Smith for maybe a yard. Yeah, I misspoke. Since they bounced that ball at the 1 and then into the end zone, Brashard Smith fielded it in the end zone. Probably should have taken it out, but because it bounced in the landing zone and then into the end zone, it's a touchback at the 20. That Brashard Smith run went for 0 yards. 2nd and 10. Buechele in the gun empty. has a bunch of options, throws in the direction of Noah Gray, incomplete. So it is 3rd and 10. Yo, what? Whoa, what is happening? $100 from Dave and $200 from Greg Coleman back to back. What the heck? Whoa, guys, thank you so much. Holy smokes. Dave said, since moving to Virginia, we miss most of our beloved Chiefs games. We greatly enjoy listening to you, Cole. Keep up the great work. Well, Dave, thank you so much. Holy smokes. Glad you guys enjoy. We've got the Chiefs here on a 3rd and 10. From the 20, Shane Buechele steps back, but he's instantly flush in the pocket and just has to throw it away. I mean, he was getting bulldozed as he threw that ball. Was a little slow to get up, but I think he's fine. But yeah, just like that, it went 0-yard run, incompletion, 3rd and 10 throwaway, and he bounced his head off the grass, guys. Oh boy. He was grabbing at his head. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody from the sky, like the eye in the sky, said, hey, get him checked out. So I wouldn't be extremely surprised if Buechele doesn't get called into the blue tent here soon. And Chris Oladokun might find himself back out here, but we'll see. But Matt Ariza with the punt booms it. It's fielded at the 21. It's going to be Raiders ball. Yeah, the Chiefs can't do anything on offense, man. Greg Coleman with the 200 bomb. Cole, you already know how much I appreciate all you do. Say hey to all. Greg Coleman with the 200 bomb. Hope you're doing well, man. Holy smokes. Hope your health is good. Hope everybody in the family's good. It's good to hear from you. And yeah, the season hasn't been what we've wanted it to be. This game has been absolutely disgusting as well. But yeah, we watched the Chiefs win or lose here. Dave and Greg, man, appreciate you guys. I'm glad that people, if you live out of network, you enjoy the streams here. Because yeah, it is a pretty penny to get NFL Sunday Ticket, that's for sure. Especially if the game's out of network for you. Yep, Nomad said, I don't care. Chiefs ride or die for over 40 years. Yes, sir. Exactly. This is hard to watch. Yeah. I wonder if we have sufficiently evaluated the punter today. I think so, Sora. I think so. Yep, 50 said, this is not something typical for the Chiefs. Remember, we dominated for a decade. We can come back. Yeah, it's atypical for sure. It's unfortunate, but you can't stay at the peak of Everest forever. It's like impossible. Would you ever collab with Matt Verderam from KCSN? You're both my favorite Chief commentators, said Jayhawk with the 5. Thanks so much, man. I've had him on a couple times. It hasn't been this season, but I think I had him on at least once this offseason, and then maybe once the offseason prior. I'll bring him on again. I kind of, during the offseason, I'll interview different Chiefs content creators and podcasters like once a week, especially when it's real, like before the draft, and then that kind of drought between after mandatory minicamp, that 6-week drought between that and training camp. Well, definitely, like I had Dan Harms on last year from RGR. We had Jason Dunn, former Chiefs tight end, on from Chief Concerns. We had Matt Verderam on. So we'll definitely do that again. Yeah, no doubt about it. Cat Servant with the 39 months. This game is a total snoozer. Yeah, I think I'm actually sleeping right now. This is a nightmare. I'm living in a nightmare. It's like one of those dreams that you can't wake up from. And it might actually be a double dream. Like I'd probably wake up and I'm still here watching this game. And it's still a nightmare. All right, Raiders ball. We back from another commercial break. Somebody talking about Henry Ruggs? That dude's in prison, guys. I don't know how much longer, but he's got years left, I think. 21-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Genty. I think it's Genty, and he is going to be bottled up a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. So 1-yard loss, 2nd and 11. Nightmare is harsh? No, it's not. What do you mean? This game is awful. What do you mean it's harsh? It's been a nightmare season, brother. Eliminated from the playoffs. Mahomes tore his ACL, his LCL. Found out that Arrowhead Stadium's going to be a relic of the past a week after all that. Nah. It's pretty nightmarish to me. All right, O'Connell from the shotgun steps back to throw on 2nd and 11, lobs one up over the head of Trey Tucker, incomplete, 3rd and 11. Am I Irish? Yes. Yeah, people think I dye my beard. Like I see some comments every now and again. Quit dyeing your beard. Just let it be natural color. I'm like, why would I dye my beard? Yeah, I'm very Irish. My mom's last name is McCormick. So I'm Irish. Cole, you should have your daughters model the helmet for you. That's a good idea, Meg. Thank you for the 5. We'll bring them down here, have them put the helmet on. All right, 3rd and 11. Aiden O'Connell steps back, throws, and it's batted up into the air and off the hands, off the oven mitts of Noel Williams. He couldn't corral it. Targeted Tyler Lockett, who was back in the game, by the way. And he couldn't hang on to it. It flew out of his hands, and Noel Williams couldn't haul it in. If Noel Williams catches that, I don't think it's a pick 6, but that is a great play by the defense, a great turnover to set the offense up deep in Raiders territory. So unfortunate drop there, but it is 4th and 11, and it's going to be a punt. Punt number 80 of the game. It's going to bounce at the 30 and out of bounds at the... they cut away from the ref. We'll say the 23-yard line. It's my best guess right now. Why don't these guys catch the ball? I don't know. Do I have a relative named Corky? I don't think so. I don't know. Corky McCormick? Is that a person? What happened to Kelsey? I don't know. He's in there. He's in there somewhere. They've been showing him on the broadcast. What a crazy game, ladies and gentlemen. Cat Server, thanks for the 39 months, though, brother. We're getting some crazy comments, dude. If your name wasn't Cole and instead it was Fred, what would you do? I don't know, dude. I have no idea. This game is cinema, absolute perfection. Cinema. My honest opinion, I would have been far more upset if the Chiefs left Kansas City entirely. Yeah. I mean, I'm disappointed they're leaving Arrowhead Stadium. Don't get me wrong. But I am glad they're staying in the Kansas City area. It's on the Kansas side, but it's still Kansas City area. Freestyle? No. I'm retired. Way washed up. Cole, when will you start covering the draft? I mean, once the season's over, which is tomorrow, we'll start sprinkling in some draft stuff, but I'm not the guy that's going to do like top 10 lists or anything like that. But we'll study and we'll look at mock drafts, and I'll start studying the highest prospects of each position group that could be an interest of the Chiefs round 1, round 2, round 3, and all kinds of stuff. But free agency is first, so we'll sprinkle it in. The cheerleaders are giving out autographs? Huh, crazy. Sorry, Kansas is not part of Kansas City. Okay. I mean, there's opinions all over the place on the state line division thing. There's Kansas City, Kansas. There's Kansas City, Missouri. There's the Kansas City metropolitan area. So I think it's it's 2 different states, obviously, but it's all, the whole area, Kansas City area. All right, 1st and 10 at the 25. Buechele. Play action from under center, corks it downfield. Travis Kelce incomplete, and he was open. Man. He was open for 20-plus yards. Just Shane Buechele was off. Dang it. Man, Kelce, the way that he's just like... He's on the sideline again, but he just looks, I don't know, bummed out. Which I get it. It's been an unfortunate way to end the season. Buechele, after that incompletion, steps back, sidearm slings it. It is caught by Jalen Royals, and he's slung down, but it's once again only a gain of 2 yards. 2 catches from Royals, totaling 4 yards. Yeah, that was a good contested grab for sure. You're still salty? No, that's all good, man. Again, I'm disappointed that Arrowhead is going to be a thing of the past, right? But got to enjoy it. The Chiefs got 5 more years, I think, if the math is right. 3rd and 8. Shane Buechele steps back. He's got 2 options out wide each side. Uncorks it deep down the field again. Hollywood Brown couldn't corral it and knocks it into the arms of the defensive back for the INT, but he was clearly out of bounds. This game is so ugly, dude. This game is disgusting. Hollywood Brown tries to dive for the ball, but he misplaced where the ball was even going to be, so he was too far. I don't know, dude. I don't know if he was expecting it to be in a different spot than it was, but Shane Buechele threw it down the sideline. Hollywood Brown is expecting it for some reason not to be there. Try to dive awkwardly and catch it with one hand. It just didn't work. Fair catch called for on the punt, by the way, at the 13-yard line by the Raiders after another punt. This game is so bad, guys. Holy smokes. Melinda with the 20. Thank you so much. Horribly sad to see Pop go, but I know it's for the best. Yeah, I think it is time for a new direction, new change in the running back room. And Isaiah Pacheco, for a 7th-round draft pick, he was fine, especially his first couple of years, near 1,000 scrimmage yards. But to run it back with him as RB1 this year was not a good idea. It's not the same since the ankle break. It's going to be a play action, check down to Genty right side, and he breaks a tackle and skirts up for about 6 yards, 7 yards, turning nothing into something once again here. Just a little check down behind the line of scrimmage. Melinda then said with the 20, do you think you will end up somewhere else? Thanks, Cole, for everything you do. Can't wait for next season. God bless. Hey, many blessings to you and your fam, too. Do I think he'll be back? I kind of just hope they don't, unless he's like RB4. I just think you need to refresh that room outside of Brashard Smith and maybe Kareem Hunt. Sometimes change is a good thing. Just change it up. Let's do something different. Reinvest. Refresh it. It's going to be a handoff on 2nd and 4. Genty breaks a tackle, barrels his way through, spinning. Finally brought down after a gain of 11. Raiders up by 3. Chiefs need to do something on defense to stop them here, and then the offense needs to do something that they haven't done in forever, it feels like, to try to win this game. If they don't, remember, the Chiefs get the 9th overall pick in the draft. I think. Is that still confirmed, FLDB? All right, 1st and 10 at the 30. High snap, but he is able to haul it in and hand it off to Genty, and he once again, Genty's making 2 guys miss, getting 5 yards. CBKC with the 11 months. Got a side team you're going to root for since the Chiefs are sitting out. I think I'm going to cheer for the never win it befores like Texans or Jags. What about the Bills? They never won before. I was trolling around. No, I'm not going to root for anybody in particular. I will just stream most of the playoff games and root for exciting football. I want the games to be down to the wire, chaotic. Give me chaos and as little injuries as humanly possible. 2nd and 4 out of the gun. It's a pitch right side to Zamir White, and he's going to break 1 tackle, break 2 tackles, and get 5 yards. I think the Chiefs' defense is forgetting how to tackle. But we've got 1 Chiefs player down, another guy hopping around, grabbing at his foot. Oh, no. Brian Cook's down and Tillery. Nah, man, not Brian Cook. Down on the last game. He's set to be a free agent. Tillery and Cook are both down here. Cook was grabbing at his foot and hopping around. See if we can get a replay here. There's a pile. I think Cook got stepped on, maybe. Ooh, that foot shot back and just like popped Brian Cook right in the shin. Hopefully it's nothing more than just like a bruised shin, but that was a lot of momentum. A lot of weight from Tillery there hitting Brian Cook right in the shin, lower or upper ankle area. But yeah, CBKC, I'm not rooting for anybody else technically. I just hope for some fun games. 1st and 10 at the 41. Play action. O'Connell wants to go deep, doesn't like it, checks it down to Zamir White. And a solid tackle from Shamari Connor this time. After a bunch of missed tackles from a bunch of defenders here. Hog ties him after 5 yards. So, 2nd and 5. Grassroot Living with the 5. Said 5 to shout out Chiefs fans Noah, Elijah, and MJ. Shout out to Noah, Elijah, and MJ, man. Hope you guys are doing okay, even though this game is kind of crazy. Shout out to you guys. Thanks, Cole. You're the best. Nah, you're the best. Thanks for the 5. 2nd and 4 at the 46. O'Connell from under center hands it off again. Genty makes one man miss, but he's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage or right near it. Might even lose 1. Okay, let's see here. Kind with the 5.99. Thank you. I missed the game by a bit here. Why is Oladokin out? He took 3 sacks, totaling 40 yards lost, and also lost 2 fumbles. Did not look good out there, and you had to make a change. The offense was doing nothing. They've been a little bit better with Shane Buechele, but he has only been here again for a couple of weeks, so they haven't done a whole lot with him either. They went 12 plays, 50 yards for a field goal, but since then, 3 plays, 0 yards, 3 plays, 2 yards, back-to-back punts. 3rd and 5, meanwhile, for O'Connell with the Raiders. Throws one downfield, left side, incomplete. Shamari Connor was the nearest one that was targeted, but Jack Besh was technically the guy that O'Connell was throwing towards, number 18. All right, 4th and 5 with 6 minutes to go in this game, and the Raiders are going to have to punt, guys. Yeah, it was a bloody nose for Tillery, by the way. So I think Tillery got hit in the nose. And then Brian Cook got hit, cleated in the ankle area. All right, punt time. Are they going to run a fake? No. All right, the 18,000th punt of the day is going to be fielded by Brashard Smith at the 5, and he tries to spin out of the tackle, can't make it happen. It was a great special teams play there by the Raiders. Chiefs ball at the 5. So there's that. In this game, we have had 3 turnovers, 1 INT, 2 lost fumbles by Chris Oladokin. And we have had 6 punts by Matt Ariza, and I think 5 punts by A.J. Cole, but the Raiders have also turned the ball over on downs twice. That's how nasty this game has been. Here we go. Chiefs ball at the 6. Are you a man or are you a mouse, Shane Buechele? From under center, hands it off to Kareem Hunt. He shakes off a tackle, spins forward for maybe a yard. Oh, boy. They're talking about the Chiefs' offseason guy. They got 6 draft picks. Yeah, you got a bunch of free agents. Kelsey, Hollywood, Kareem Hunt, Pacheco, Aminihu, Leo Chanel. You can move on from guys under contract still, like Drew Tranquil, Mike Dana, Jalen Watson. I don't think they mentioned him, maybe. But he's a free agent as well. They're going to hand it off to Kareem Hunt again on 2nd and 9, and he gets maybe 3. So 3rd and 6. This game is nasty, man. All right, 3rd and 6. After 2 straight runs. Why are they doing 2 straight runs? I don't know. Crowd's getting loud. They want a W. The Raiders hate the Chiefs. dominating for the last decade. Shane Buechele from the gun is going to get pressured, and it's a safety. He got bulldozed. Wow. Tyree Wilson came off the edge. Buechele's right. He was looking left, never saw it. Kind of reminiscent of the Noel Williams sack earlier on in the game. And just like that, the Chiefs are now trailing by 5. Let me see this replay. Jason Godric couldn't get him. He got chipped by Jalen Royals that pushed him deeper. Kelce was wide open, man. Kelce was wide open. Insane, man. Kelce's just running wide open routes out there for fun. Insane, man. I mean, I knew the game was going to be bad. So it's like, it just kind of is what it is. It was going to be ugly. But it's just like, how bad is it actually going to be? God, dude. It's disgusting. And the Chiefs have to kick it now because of the safety. Trailing by 5, the Raiders are going to get the ball with 4.5 minutes to go. And they're going to take this kick, and they fumble it on the kickoff. No freaking way. If he was not down by contact, it's the Chiefs football at the 20. Jack Cochran wrestled the ball away. No way. Well, if the Chiefs get a touchdown here, Jack Cochran dove on the football, but it was knocked out by, was that Ethan Downs? Knocked out by number 40. I think it was number 40. On the replay, it looked like Ethan Downs, yeah. Holy smoke. So just like that, the Chiefs have the football near the red zone. This is hilarious. So you're trailing by 5, but you need a touchdown. Okay. Well, what a crazy game. They're at the 20. 21. Buechele in the gun. He's got 3 to his right as options. He's looking left. Fires. It's batted up into the air and almost picked off. He tried to target Travis Kelce, but it was hit up at the line. Oh. Mark with the 5. You should do a live reaction to the World Cup games in KC this year. That would be crazy. I did play soccer for 10 years. I don't mind the sport at all. It is pretty cool that the World Cup will be in KC. Thanks for the 5, man. I appreciate that. All right, 2nd and 10. 4.5 minutes left. Chiefs need a touchdown. Royals in motion. Buechele under center falls over, and he fumbles. Buechele got stepped on by Kingsley Suamataia and falls down. He didn't actually fumble. The broadcast said he did, but he never lost control of the ball. He just fell over. Insane, dude. Now it's 3rd and 13. Oh my gosh. 3rd and 13. Got to do something. From the gun, 2 seconds on the play clock, and it's going to be a false start. Oh. False start on Kingsley. He's the one that just stepped on, I think he stepped on Buechele. Crazy. This is hilarious. Why is Kareem Hunt in the game getting touches? No idea, because they're trying to win. Casey. Buntsman with the 2 said there hasn't been an NFL game with the final score of 12-11 ever. This could be a scoregami. 3rd and 18. Buechele steps back to throw, and it's batted down at the line again when he was trying to target Kareem Hunt on a check down. I mean, what do? You gotta score a touchdown here, but you're not gonna go for it on 4th and 18. They're gonna kick a field goal. Okay. 47-yard attempt for Harrison Butker. The kick is up and good. 9-11. I mean, this is like QB 3 and 4. Shane Buechele is QB 4, guys. So I don't know what we expected, but even when you watch bad football, it's still something you hate to watch. It's like, come on, dude. So I don't have high hopes here for Buechele. I didn't have high hopes for Chris Oladokun. But this is nasty, bro, because the Raiders are currently on their QB 3. Geno's out. They already benched Kenny Pickett. And Aiden O'Connell's been out there slinging it. Now, he's been in the system for a while. He's been in the system for 3 or 4 years. Was in contention for, I think, even as a starter for a little while. So Shane Buechele's been here for what, 2 weeks? After being with the Bills all for a year, I think. It's still ugly and gross. Like, there's nothing you can do. Harrison Butker with the kickoff. It's fielded at the 5. Can you force another fumble? They're going to try again. A great tackle made at the 25. You got to have a beer for that? Yeah, I got one right here, dude. But I'm sick to my stomach watching this game. At this point, let Kelsey throw it to himself. Do something. This is crazy, dude. Like, Kelsey's just running around getting open. He's just doing cardio. If this is his last ever NFL game, what a shame. Seriously. The Raiders are under center at the 26-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go. Chiefs have 3 timeouts in the 2-minute warning. You got to get a stop. They do stop Ashton Genty. I think that's who got the ball for no yards. So 2nd and 10. They're going to give him 1, and I think the Chiefs called it immediate timeout. Sometimes you just have to laugh. That's exactly what I did, Kathy. I normally stand up for end game. Is that what I should do? It's not exciting. What's up, dude?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we'll stand. Why not? Nah, stay sitting. I normally stand in game. Typically do this. Put Mahomes in a wheelchair at this point might be better. All right, 2nd and 9. Trying to get him to bite on a hard count. No dice. It's a play-action rollout. Ashton Gelati is not letting anything happen. He hits Aiden O'Connell as he throws the ball. Incomplete, 3rd and 9. Raiders are trying to catch him sleeping, snoozing a little bit. Like the average person watching this game, trying to catch him sleeping and get a first down to drain more clock. But instead, it's an incomplete pass, and it saves the Chiefs a timeout. So, okay, sure, why not? Cooper McDonald in coverage on Mayer on that one, by the way. 3rd and 9. Got to get a stop here. You got O'Connell in the gun, 3 out wide to the right. 3 seconds on the play clock, though. Gets it off in time. He's looking, but he's going to get pressured and sacked. Wow. Chris Jones, the CEO of Sack Nation. Whoa, let's go. Oh, my God. Bless America. The Chiefs are still in it. I have basically no faith in the offense, but the defense did it. It's 4th and 14. You have the 2-minute warning and 2 timeouts of Minihue and Chris Jones on the left side. O'Connell's right. Both get home to him. Let's go, dude. Randy with the 10. We out-tanked the Raiders. Let's go. We're going to appreciate this loss in the future. Well, we'll see what happens. It was almost blocked. Fielded at the 23 by Brashard Smith, and he's got room to run, but he can't get the edge. He actually jukes and does, getting up near the 30. Wow. Okay. My YouTube page is freaking out, so I'm going to refresh it. Just like constantly does that. I'll get to the super chats in a second here, but 1st and 10 with the offense taking the field. I don't have a lot of confidence, but we're definitely rooting for him here. We're going to appreciate this loss. A win does nothing but temporary happiness. Go draft the dog. Let's go, Chiefs. Love your videos, man. Always a great watch. Well, thanks, Randy, for the 10 bomb, man. Let's get it. 1st and 10 at the 25. Buechele in the gun. It's a play action. He steps back to throw. He's got time, and he uncorks it deep downfield. It's caught by Hollywood Brown at the 25. All the way to the 22. Oh, my goodness. The Chiefs are going to win. I mean, maybe. It was a 46-yard bomb. Hollywood Brown up the seam, acted like he was going right, flipped hips, went left. Buechele with a dime. 2-minute warning is here. The Chiefs have 2 timeouts, and they are all the way to the 26-yard line. You are in field goal range with the ability to potentially win this game 12-11. This game is insane, dude. Oh, man. What is happening? Juan with the 5... 911. Yeah, we need to call 911 after watching this game as a homegrown Chiefs fan. Sending much love. Insane, dude. What a crazy game. Rye the guy with the 5. It's ironic that the score is 9. Oh, it is? Okay, it's the score. It's 9-11. 911. It is ironic, man. Insane. Choose love with the 2. Put Noah or Kelsey at QB. They can throw a better ball. Well, Shane Buechele did just have the throw of the game for both teams here. We got Laurie with the 10. Kelsey needs to come back next year. His last game cannot be like this. Well, hey, how about this? Travis Kelsey touchdown to win it. How about that? Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, what is this game? I'm pretty sure before this play, the Chiefs had, what, less than 100 passing yards all day? I think. Buechele is now 6 of 12 for 86 yards because of the 46-yarder there to Hollywood Brown. My gosh. You're praying for Kelsey touchdown? Let's go. This game is crazy. Percy with the ARS 100. Thank you, brother. It would be epic if Travis scores a touchdown now to win the game. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know if you wanted to go ultra conservative, with which Andy Reid just might very well do so, you could potentially milk this clock down to a game-winning field goal. The Raiders have 2 timeouts, so I don't think you could just go 3 plays here and then kick a field goal. Like, they would still have like a minute left on the clock, only trailing by 1. But we'll see. A lot can happen right here because I don't know. I just don't know what to expect. I have no idea. This is crazy. All right, they're going to hand it off on 1st down. And Hunt is going to plow forward, get shoved forward to the 19. Oh. The Raiders call a timeout. It was a 4-yard run. I said to the 19, I'm tripping. What are we doing? It says it was only a 4-yard run to the 23. He was in a pile. All right, give me a break. 2nd and 6. Crazy. What a game. Down to the wire here. 9-11. The Chiefs have not been able to score a touchdown all game. 6 field goals and a safety is what this game has been. That is insane. Buechele is in like wishbone. Hands it off to Kareem Hunt again, and he's going to get 3 yards. Uh-oh. We have a Chief potentially down on the field. Maybe. The Raiders called their last timeout. Yeah, if you're the Chiefs, you could run again and burn 40 seconds off the clock, and then you give it back to the Raiders with a little over a minute left. But if you get a first down, which is 3rd and 3, if you get a first down here, I think you can basically take it all the way down and kick a game-winning field goal with Harrison Butker. The most Kansas City Chief thing to happen here is they do just that and Butker misses. Like, it would be the most Kansas City Chief way to end this season. Obviously, any day you beat the Raiders is a good day to beat the Raiders. But you also, if you lose, you get the 9th overall pick. 3rd and 3, let's see what happens. Under center, play action, you roll out right, and Buechele is going to get sacked for a loss of 7 yards. I mean... So they're trying to sell this play action roll out to the right. Kelsey was your deeper option, but he was double covered. Kareem Hunt was your short option, but he was covered. Buechele tried to cut back to make something happen, ended up getting sacked for a 7-yard loss. So you can take this all the way down. I think you're going to take it down to like 1 second left and call a timeout. That's what you're doing. If the Chiefs win this game with like, and the score gets to what it does because of 7 field goals and a safety, I mean, this game is has not disappointed. Has not disappointed, meaning we already knew it was going to be a bad game. This game is so bad. Okay, so Harrison Butker is gearing up. Is he in on the tank? That is the question. All right, we've got Butker coming off the timeout here, getting ready. He's at the 30, right hash. The kick is up, and it's perfect. He is not in on the tank. The Chiefs are going to go up 12-11. Oh. I'm just laughing, guys, because what the heck is this game, man? The season's already shot. You have 20 people on IR. Shane Buechele is in at quarterback because Chris Oladokun got benched. Throws a dime to Hollywood Brown on this final drive. Harrison Butker made his 4th field goal of the night. And the Chiefs are winning 12-11. The Raiders have about a minute left and no timeouts to try to get into field goal range themselves, which I guess you're not going to rule that out either. Dan with the 5. Brother Seller Dweller, you are my only link to the Chiefs this year. Thank you for a great season of announcing and content. Dan, thank you so much for the 5 bomb. I see the beard badge, 12 plus months as well. Means a lot, man. Thank you. This game is insane. The kick is up. It's going to be fielded at the 1. Let's see what this return looks like. All the way to the 33. Raiders ball at the 33. They need roughly, what? 35-ish yards probably to have a shot at it. Doable. Hero down with the 2 months. Thanks, Chiefs. Goodbye. Bane love. Anybody worth a dang in the draft? Again, these teams aren't playing to tank, man. They're playing to win. They're just a couple bad teams right now based on all the injuries, and then the Raiders are just kind of bad in general. But they have no Max Crosby, no Brock Bowers. Either way, down to the wire game. Here we go. O'Connell at the 32 in the shotgun. Steps back to throw. Fires. Caught middle of the field. Oh, my goodness. Michael Mayer all the way to the 47. Oh, my gosh. That was 21 yards, by the way. Hurry up offense. Back in the gun. Steps back to throw. And he gets hit as he throws and dirts it. We have a Chief player down. But he gets up. It was a Minihue. 2nd and 10. 32 seconds left in this game. I can't believe that the first down play was 21 yards up the seam. An absolute dime to Michael Mayer. I see a mixed bag in the comments. A lot of Chiefs fans want the Raiders to get into field goal range and win. All right, once again in the gun. 2nd and 10 from the 47. Aiden O'Connell looks right, fires. It's a low throw, but it is caught. The problem is it's 3rd down. You can't just spike it. So you're going to have to run a play here. You need the 1st down or something to happen. 3rd and 5. But the Chiefs call a timeout? What? Why are they calling a timeout?
I don't know. Maybe they want to lose. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's flabbergasting.
The Raiders had 3rd and 5. The clock was running. And the Chiefs called a timeout. I mean, maybe they just wanted the defense to rest, but... What? What is happening? You stopped the clock for the Raiders. I think they're in on the tank. Chiefs coaching staff is in on it, dude. I'm just kidding. I don't know. But that I can't believe that. Here we go. From the shotgun. 2 options each side here. 4 seconds left on the play clock. O'Connell needs the ball now, and he gets it. Looks right, fires, overthrows Tyler Lockett. It's incomplete, 4th and 5, and the Raiders are going to have to try to kick a timeout here. Oh, boy. They're going to try a game-winning field goal here. What is... 60 yards. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, 60-yard field goal attempt here for the game, pretty much. 13 seconds left. From the right hash, the kick is up. It's good. The Raiders are going to win. He sneaks it in on the right side. God, dude. Well, their Chiefs fans are definitely happy, Team Tank. I am fully convinced whoever called that timeout just helped the Raiders. Why did they call a timeout? Oh, man, the Raiders are going to win the Tank Bowl. I think they already had the number 1 overall pick locked up, and Carlson drills that 60-yarder. Wow, what a kick. What a kick. McDipstick with the 5. The Tank is in, baby. Absolutely insane. Whoever called the timeout was in on the Tank, man, because they have the clock running. Unless they were just totally unprepared or just gassed on defense or something. But it's like, dude, the Raiders were really up against it there. Because what if they throw a pass, FLDB, that was caught inbounds? They might have had time to spike it. Over.
Yeah, if they didn't get.
Sorry, yeah, I'm just talking about. I'm talking about on that 3rd and 5 when they were rushing to the line to run a play. What if they got 8 yards, but are they going to have time to clock it? Like, maybe. Tough to know. What a weird game, dude. This is insane. I don't know. But it's going to be Chiefs ball, trailing by 2 with 8 seconds left. You're basically you're not trying a Hail Mary because you can't go 70, whatever, like 65 yards or whatever it is. It's from the 35. You'd have to throw it like 80 air yards. You're going to try some hook and lateral stuff. They just said Nags and Andy Reid are very creative. Well, I don't know what you're going to do with this offense with Buechele with 8 seconds to go. He takes the snap. He's going to throw it at the feet of Travis Kelce, who could have caught it out of bounds for 5 yards, but Shane Buechele was low and away. Incomplete, 2nd and 10, 4 seconds left here. Crazy. The Chiefs are 4 seconds away to falling to 6 and 11. The Raiders could go to 3 and 14. Buechele in the gun throws a quick pass to Kelce, and he laterals it back to Juju, who fumbles it, throws it back to Buechele, who flips sides of the field. It's caught by Kingsley Suamataia. He's at the 40, hurdles over somebody for the first down, but it's game over. Kelce and Brashard Smith were talking after the play. Kingsley is a freaking legend, bro. He's trying to hurdle with the ball in his hand. Bro, the Kingsley hurdle was a masterpiece. The Kingsley hurdle, man, is crazy. Well, okay, so basically what happened is the Chiefs ended up losing the Tank Bowl, but in the process, I think they locked up what? The 9th overall pick in the draft, FLDB?
Yep, we are picking 9th.
Okay. We're going to fall to 6 and 11. The Broncos are torching the Chargers, which is no real surprise there. Let's see. The Tank is in, said McDipstick with the 5, Juan with the 2. Everybody but Butker is in on the Tank, Cole. Crazy. Butker wasn't in on the Tank. The coaching staff was mad. They said, hey, you need to let the Raiders get into field goal range. I'm just kidding. I don't think they were really trying to tank. I just think they're not good with all the injuries and everything going on. Randy with the 2. Yes, let's go. Embracing the Tank. Percy with the 100. I'm starting to think I'm a jinx. Every time I've appeared, the Chiefs have lost. It's okay, man. Last time we drafted top 10, we got Mahomes. So yeah, and that was a trade up to get Mahomes. The last time they just naturally drafted in the top 10, I think was what, 2013? Eric Fisher, first overall. What a crazy way to end the season. You don't even beat the Raiders, who are on QB3. You were on QB4 by the end of it. Offensive tackle 5 and 6. You were down Rice, Thornton, and a plethora of other players. McDuffie, Jalen Watson, but the Raiders were down multiple players too. They traded away Jacoby Myers. They put Max Crosby on IR. They put Brock Bowers on IR. They were on QB3, 3 at that point. So 2 bad teams showing you bad things. And I think we all got our eyeballs scarred a little bit from having to watch it, but we did want to watch it, win or lose for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's why I'm here, and it was disgusting. The Raiders win 12-14. They go to 3 and 14. The Chiefs go to 6 and 11. And I mean, it was nasty. The Chiefs were 3 for 17 on third downs. I'm just going to say that one more time. The Chiefs were 3 for 17 on third downs. The Raiders were 4 for 16 and then 0 for 2 on fourth downs. You had 4 total turnovers between both teams. 2 turnover on downs by the Raiders. The Chiefs ended up averaging 2.7 yards per play, I think, by the end of it, even with the big play, which is crazy. Is it 2.7? 3. Where are we at? No, 2.7. The Raiders were at 3.3. If we look at the punts, Daniel Carlson punted. No, sorry. AJ Cole punted 6 times. Matt Araiza punted 6 times. Harrison Butker made 4 field goals, and Daniel Carlson made 4 field goals. The difference was safety, and that's why the Raiders ended up winning by 2. This game featured 8 field goals and a safety. Has that ever happened before in NFL history? I don't really know. We might have just watched history unfold before our eyes, unfortunately. 3 hours later, the Chiefs get the 9th overall draft pick. Juan with the 5. Everybody but Butker is in on the tank. This game has me all sorts of confused. Not going to lie, Kingsley might have kept his spot on the roster with that hurdle. He was coming back as the guard anyway, but I do like the effort. The end game hurdle was absolutely epic. Papa HBTC in the house with the 10 bomb. Thank you so much. Swifty Spin with the 2. Love you, Cole. Thanks for HBTC in 2025. Rolling on to the 2026 NFL season. Yeah, that is the conclusion of the Chiefs' 2026 NFL season. And sadly, for Travis Kelce, if that was it, you finished the day 6 targets, catching 3 passes for 12 yards, and that's it. Because QB play was bad. The O-line wasn't great. Play calling was whatever, I guess. Again, I had very little expectations heading into this game. Didn't really know who would win. I thought the Chiefs would win, to be honest with you. It was close. But, dude, come on. This game was disgusting. The Errors Tour is what somebody just said. The Errors Tour. I like that. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the box score, it's some disgusting stuff. I already read some of it. Like, Hollywood Brown was your leading receiver, 3 for 64. Then Noah Gray had 3 for 20. Kareem Hunt, 3 for 21. Juju, 2 for 13. And then Kelce had 3 for 12. The run game, like Brashard Smith, showed a little bit of promise. They did run Dameon Pierce a little bit, so that was cool. Then when they wanted to win near the end, they had Kareem Hunt out there because of the 4-minute offense, basically. Buechele and Chris O were okay. And Buechele was sacked 5 times for 22 yards. Chris O sacked 3 times for 40. But he also lost 2 fumbles. So that was abysmal. That should answer your question on should Chris Oladokun be the Chiefs' QB2 for next year while Mahomes heals up and potentially isn't even ready to play until, who knows? He could be ready week 1, but he might not be ready for a few weeks, maybe a little bit longer. You got to go and get a quality quarterback too, man. I don't know who you get. Marcus Mariota, Malik Willis. You've got to figure it out, and you're going to have to get a QB2 sooner rather than later because you can't see into the future and completely predict if Mahomes is going to be on track to start in September in March. It's impossible. So there's a lot of decisions that need to be made. I do hope Nagy's gone. I wouldn't mind a new running backs coach. You definitely need a new wide receivers coach. We could argue about Dave Tobe if he should stay or not. I think he probably does, as does Spags, unless he gets a head coaching job somewhere else. The players, there's going to be a lot of turnover. That 2022 draft class, the only 2 that are guaranteed back right now is George Karlaftis and Trent McDuffie. But Jalen Watson, Brian Cook, Sky Moore's already gone, Isaiah Pacheco, Joshua Williams, Leo Chanel, and I'm probably forgetting somebody, but those guys are all free agents from that draft class. And it's going to be interesting to see what the Chiefs do. You need to reset basically the running back room. Brashard Smith is the only one under contract there. You need another alpha of a wide receiver, in my opinion. We'll see about Travis Kelce if he comes back. The O-line's pretty intact. We'll see what they do about Jawan Taylor. Do you extend him or just straight up release him, which I know a lot of people just want that. You could save $20 million alone there. Mahomes' restructure is probably coming, or a reworking of his contract because his cap hit is in the upper 70s next year. It's not going to stay there. There's a few different levers they can pull. I made a video about it a couple days ago. I think it dropped yesterday about some of the moves the Chiefs could make to alleviate the salary cap concerns for some people. Because, yeah, they're 50-ish million, 54 million or something like that over the cap. But this is kind of where the Chiefs are. Very weird ending to the season, especially like the last month when they were still in contention to maybe get into the playoffs. They would have had to win out, which, who knows? I think with a healthy Mahomes, you're in some of these games, but I don't know if you're winning all of them per se. Like even the Broncos game, who really knows? Probably, but it's hard to say. And the reality is he's hurt. So you can't go back and play the what-if game all day. But, man, a lot of people are going crazy with the Super Chats because, yeah, it does end the season for the Kansas City Chiefs. We've got Heather with the 50 bomb. Holy smokes. Said, even though we lost, you were the best podcaster. Well, thank you so much. You and FLDB rock. You both got us through a rough season with laughs and facts. Thank you both for all you do, Chiefs Kingdom. Shout out to you, FLDB. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, you're good. If you could just unmute when you're ready. GG HBTC with the 25 bomb. Your humor was contagious during this game. Again, tank or what? Chiefs for life. Love and blessings. Grandma HBTC. Thank you so much. Holy smokes, what a game. Nefarious with the 100 bomb. Well, that was a way to end the season. Our 2024 price has been paid. Congrats to Kelsey at least. Next year should be exciting. Thanks for doing all you do, Cole. Love the community you've built, and everybody, don't forget the playoff streams Cole will be providing. Yeah, we'll be back for a lot of the playoff games for sure. And we'll still do a bunch of Chiefs coverage all week. We'll do 3 to 4 long-form videos a week like we normally do, and then a bunch of short-form content as well. But man, thank you guys for all the generosity. We got the 10 bomb, the 2, the 50, the 25, the hundo from Nefarious. We got Metal Rocker with the 20 bomb. Here's 20 for the season and everything you do. Thank you. I want to know why Chiefs Kingdom wanted us to lose and everything. I just wanted answers because I'm confused. They just wanted the 9th overall pick in the draft rather than beating the Raiders in a meaningless game to get the 11th overall pick. I was torn because I'm not sad that the Chiefs lost because it does help the Chiefs in the draft, but I just say, hey, it's always FTR in my house growing up, which is the Raiders. And any day the Raiders lose is a good day, but they ended up winning. So it's like, okay, yeah, they didn't win that game. The Chiefs didn't, but they got a better draft pick. So I guess that just is what it is and why some Chiefs fans were wanting the Raiders to win at the end of that. Nefarious with the 5 gifted after the 100 bomb. Holy smokes. Thank you, brother. Mr. Fun Basher with the 4 months. Refresh the roster and playbook. Yeah, that's another thing. Coaching staff, the overall scheme needs to adapt because teams are going more under center. They've been doing that for a while now. The Chiefs need to adapt there. You've got to take some pressure off of Patrick Mahomes, especially coming off the injury. But then he said, get a player that will be a game changer, running back, and another wide receiver. Rice is a great 2. There's no diss to say Devontae Smith and T. Higgins are great wide receiver 2s. I think that's where you're at with Rice right now. Hope Mahomes heals well. Thank you for the great content this season. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Gil, or Gil. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, but thank you for the membership. All Tricks with the 5 said, unfortunately, I just can't see a scenario where we can fix all of our problems and are back as contenders by next year. We're falling behind the league. Then we got Nathan with the 20 gifted. What the heck? The end of season live stream play-by-play is going out with an absolute bang. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm not going to be the guy that just says all offseason long, watch out, NFL. The Chiefs are coming back with a vengeance, and they're going on like some crazy revenge tour and are going to go scorched earth. I just have no idea what to expect. It's a very unique time in the Patrick Mahomes era because he's coming off the injury. For starters, if you had a guaranteed healthy Patrick Mahomes, there's always a chance. But we need to see how he does in the offseason, hoping for a quick recovery and he stays on that timeline. But you've got that. They have changes that need to be made, coaching changes that need to be made. So, yeah, I don't know if everything is going to be solved in one offseason, but they lost a lot of close competitive games. If you make some upgrades at some key positions, we'll just have to see. I'll be optimistic about it. I'm not going to be like a Debbie Downer all offseason long. It's just going to be, it's different than the Chiefs winning 2 Super Bowls in a row and then last offseason. 2 off seasons ago, I guess it would be now, they were heading back for their 3rd Super Bowl in a row, and we were all high and mighty because the Chiefs just won everything 2 years in a row, and it's like, well, yeah, the Chiefs, good luck. Good luck dealing with the Chiefs. They don't need to do anything. It don't matter. They just find ways to win. Of course, people just said it was rigged, and they blame the refs because they're little cry asses, but no, the reality is the Chiefs are just a good team, able to execute in crucial situations. Mahomes did a lot of carrying, 15 to 87, a lot of carrying. Chris Jones, the blitzes were much more effective. Justin Reed played a really great role here. Chris Jones was in the prime of his career. You then take a bit of a step back. Chris Jones is no longer at the peak of Everest. The supporting cast got worse along the D-line. I don't think the blitzes were as effective in part because of the loss of Justin Reed. There's probably some other stuff to that I don't have the answers for right now. Chamari Connor in the slot instead of Trent McDuffie, which, yeah, he didn't do that last year either. But the writing was kind of on the wall, guys, in 2024. The writing on the wall in this sense. when you're grinding out all these close one-score wins that go down to the wire, and you're like, how did they win that? Or why is every single game close and down to the wire, regardless if it's like a good team or not? It's showing you that it was taking a lot to win these games. A lot. And you needed to make adjustments in the offseason, and you didn't. Not really. You ran back the same everything. A large part of it. You ran back the same running back room. That wasn't great the year prior. A little bit, it was, let's just be honest, it was hubris from the coaching staff. A little bit of pride. And you need pride. You need to have confidence and all that. But when you make it to 3 Super Bowls in a row, it's not broken. We're not fixing it. How is it broken? We just made it to 3 Super Bowls in a row and won 2. Yeah, we got blown out in the Super Bowl, but we fixed the offensive tackle problem, right? They got Jalen Moore in free agency. They then drafted Josh Simmons, and he was a big hit. Well, there was more problems than that, of course, but they just ran a lot of it back. Ran it back with Hollywood Brown. Ran it back with the running back room. A lot of the defense, you did some weird stuff, like letting Derek Nottie go and then trading for him, treating Mike Pennell like a starter all offseason long, all training camp, preseason long, and then letting him go. He goes to the Bengals. You sign him later. Like, just weird stuff. Turk Wharton was definitely missed, but you couldn't sign him to a 3-year, $50 million deal that the Panthers did. Impossible. So the signs were there. I hope this is just a huge wake-up call for everybody there. It was a good wake-up call for fans, but there had been fans saying, hey, there's problems here. They need to get adjusted. They need to get corrected. They're not doing enough. And some of it's like, well, there's only so much money to go around. Mahomes on a big deal. Chris Jones on a big deal. Kelsey was $20 million. Jawan Taylor, there's a lot of money invested in the O-line. Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, Jawan Taylor, Harrison Butker was the highest paid kicker in the NFL. There's a lot of contracts going around. So you really got to hit in the draft this year. You also need a big year 2 leap for a lot of these guys that didn't do much this year. I'm talking Jeffrey Bossa, Jalen Royals, Omar Norman-Lott. Hopefully he comes back strong. Ashton Gelati was looking stronger as the season went along. Need him. But you're going to refresh a lot of these position groups, and I wouldn't call it like a hard reset, because what the Raiders are about to do is a hard reset. It's not that. They're going new coach again, probably. I don't know if the QB answer is solved. Like, the Chiefs have a lot of core pieces. I think the Raiders might even be open and willing to trading a core piece of their defense in Max Crosby. It's not there. So I don't think we need to take it to that level. It's not like DEFCON level 5 or whatever that emergency number is for war or catastrophic events about to happen. But I do think this is a very important offseason for the Chiefs. One of the most important of the Brett Veach era. Might not be the most important, but it's got to be up there. Top 2, top 3. A lot of tough decisions need to be made. And I know I'm probably behind on a couple of super chats, but I just wanted to kind of process through what the year was, what it looked like, kind of how we got here, and what we hope to see in the offseason. And again, I'm just a fan like you guys, so I don't have the answers or all of them. I think I have some ideas, but we'll all collectively argue about it all offseason long about free agency until free agency frenzy hits. We'll like some of the moves they make. We will hate some of the moves they make. This is every fan base, so it's not rocket science here. We'll get to the draft. We'll love some of the draft picks. We'll hate some of the draft picks, but hope that those moves, we'll see about Kelsey, combined with Mahomes coming back, hopefully he's rehabbed and all good to go, will be enough to continue to be competitive. But it's not going to get easier, guys, in the West. The stability that Sean Payton and John Harbaugh brought to the Chargers and the Broncos quickly shows you how important it is to have great coaching staffs. And the Broncos, who are, I think they beat the Chargers officially right by now, FLDB, I think, which would in theory means when they do that, if they haven't yet, they locked up the 1 seed. They won the West, they lock up the 1 seed, and they are free from Russell Wilson's contract, guys, and Bo Nix is still on his rookie deal. I think the dead cap that they had to eat this year for Russell Wilson's contract was like $30 million, like somewhere around there. They have $30 more million in the offseason to spend than they did last year, and Bo Nix still on his rookie deal. So no, the West isn't getting any easier. The Chiefs have to take a very hard look at themselves in the mirror Andy Reid has to make hard decisions, which means if Matt Nagy doesn't get a head coaching job elsewhere, I think you need to move on. You need fresh blood. You need new ideas. You need to revamp and reinvent a little bit. It's still going to be Andy Reid's offense. It's still going to frustrate some, and it's going to be effective in some ways. The Chiefs have been the most winningest organization since 2018. Mahomes does a lot of the heavy lifting, yes, but there's still some positive aspects, but they need to adapt. Can't be out of shotgun third most in the NFL and run the second most RPOs or whatever out of every team. You need to go back to the drawing board and reinvent. So that's just kind of where we are. I think it was a great, fantastic run since 2018. All the AFC championships in a row. 5 Super Bowls in 6 years, winning 3. That's more than some franchises have ever done in their existence. More than several have ever done in their existence. What we have experienced as Chiefs fans since 2018. We've been on Cloud 9. We've been on Mary Jane, or whatever you want to call it, in the year of our Lord 2026. We've been way up in the mountains, way up in the clouds as Chiefs fans. I just wanted one Super Bowl in my lifetime, guys. I wanted one. Born in 91. I just said, dude, I just want one Super Bowl, and I will be extremely happy. They won, and then they won another. Well, they went to another and lost. Well, then they won another. Then they won another. It's like, what is happening? So, yeah, I'm very grateful. I'm sure you guys are. But it's not like it's over. Patrick Mahomes is 30 years old. Still in his prime years. I mean, if you want to say, like, prime years start to decline after 30, okay. But quarterbacks can adapt and have long careers in the NFL. It's a big key of it's right here. It's your mental. How smart are you? And we already know Mahomes has the IQ. So we'll see. There's a lot that needs to happen. There's a lot of good that has happened. It ended in a bad way this year. Disappointing. But it's Chiefs till we die, man, here for me. Chiefs for you guys. A lot of ride or die Chiefs fans. It's been that way since a long time ago, right? I remember my dad taking this brick. This is his bad call brick from the 90s when we had the box TV. And he would slam this thing and he would cuss out Elvis Gerback, and just like the list goes on. Whoever you could think of, Steve Bonehead is what he called Steve Bono. So we've seen it all. We've been up on the mountaintop for a long time, and I don't need to ramble anymore. That's just what's next, what needs to happen. The Chiefs need to regroup. They need to reinvent a little bit and go from there. That was my epilogue on the last stream for the season. Obviously, we'll be back with a bunch of content. I'm refreshing my YouTube page because it's being weird. Because I want to say bye and address a few more super chats before we leave. But that's kind of where we are. And I'm grateful, man. Everybody that consumed content, that were here, that hung out. Like, you guys, this is everything to me. Obviously, everything in respect to what I'm able to do for a living, the community we've built. Obviously, I got my family and all that. But what we have done and built here, like, this is everything. This is awesome. It means the world to me that I get to do this. It's not lost on me that I used to work in a warehouse, throwing up boxes and delivering to job sites all day. And then after that, I did videography. But even then, it was like going site to site and just doing stuff that I was like, I really want to make content. I feel like I can. I spent years honing it. What can we do here? And so the fact that I get to, it's awesome, man. And I don't take it for granted. All Tricks, thanks again for the 5. That comment there is what sent me down the rabbit trail of my thoughts there. Dave with the 5. Great call. Thanks for all you do, Cole. No, thank you, man. Marcus with the 18 for 18 weeks of top-tier streaming. Chiefs community or commentary on games. Thanks for a great season. And here's to the offseason and next season. Hopefully, Kelsey gets his final ring. Thank you, Cole and crew. FLDB, it's been a heck of a ride, man. We ain't done. We got some playoff games left, but thank you for everything, brother.
Yeah, not a problem, man. It's been fun growing the scoreboard. I mean, if somebody, if people have seen, there's some other creators out there that have used it or have used it. And it's going to grow it and make it even better. So,
heck yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate all the mods holding it down week in and week out. Appreciate all the regulars, even like all the non-Chiefs fans. There's been more and more non-Chiefs fans coming in as of late, just saying, hey, we enjoy the content, and so that's cool too. And some are there just to hate. They're like, dude, we've been waiting for the Chiefs to lose games for a long time, so we're very happy to see it. Andy with the 2. Glitch in the mock draft took the top 85 picks. The top 85 picks? Sounds good. Take them all. That's what we need. But no, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And yeah, we'll be back for the playoffs. I think they start next week. So we'll be back streaming those and hanging out and seeing what the Chiefs do in the offseason. Part 1A, free agency. Part 1B, the draft. But appreciate y'all. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.